Ashley, that is quite a number. That is quite. Oh, I just realized I can't see all my things. That's not the button I want. There it is. That the music switched right as I clicked on a button and I got very scared. Anyways, hi everybody. How are you all doing? It's been it has been a week. It has been a week. It has been a long week. Things are wild. We're cursed. We're like super cursed. Tucker is doing better. That's good. And then the universe was like, you don't actually get a break in a 48 hour, 72 hour period, something. The AC in my workshop stopped working. And that's not a comfort thing. I literally can't pour resin if it's too hot and humid in there. It won't set. So that died. And then the fridge side of our fridge freezer stopped fridging. And then our hot water heater also kicked it. Jeff is actually currently trying to he thinks he knows what's wrong with it. He ordered the part. He's switching it right now. So he is probably going to come in here in one of two moods. And I don't know which one it's going to be. And we're all going to find out together if I will have hot water for the first time since Sunday. So, yeah. Oh, I don't think I updated the link. Hey, if you follow the link, there is a more recent post about Tucker, with some stuff. So there's that. Oh, my hair is. Why are you doing that? So, anyways, we're so cursed. But yeah. So I've been taking cold. I hate cold showers. I hate lukewarm showers. So it's not been great. And, like, I've been doing dishes by heating a giant pot on the stove and then ladling that. I'd really like to have hot water. I'd really like to have working AC. And all of those are just all things. They're all just things. So, yeah, now it's Persona night. So, anyways, I'm drinking my Ghost Hill bourbon. And some of you are like, okay. And some of you remember. This is the last of it. To everybody else, it was a single barrel. It was a single barrel thing. It was a limited run. We've been rationing. Jeff and I each have our own bottle because we got to, like, essentially, like, do our own custom blend of things. This is my blend. I made. And I've been like, oh, it's almost gone. Thank you, Ashley, for the updated link. I appreciate it. Yeah, so we're going to Persona. We're going to talk about a wide variety of things. We will talk a lot about D&D and Wizards of the Coast. Fucking doing it again. And we're also gonna hope that my headset lasts for the whole thing because I had to do a call on Sunday night and apparently forgot to plug my headset in when I was done. So I charged it for about 45 minutes before stream. That sounds like enough, right? Maybe? Anyways. Yeah, actually, yeah, at least I still had water. It was uncomfortable water, but at least I still had water, so. Yeah. And I know if it had been, like, real bad, could have, like, gone to E's house or something like that, but that felt so silly. Why are you... The shadows are betraying me. Why are you like this? Oh, it's because you're in a different spot. Don't do that. Is that better? Kind of. It's okay, we're not gonna be on the stream for very long. It'll be okay. Anyways, yeah, so, I told Jeff he's not allowed to divorce me for at least a year because, the credit card that we put Tucker's things on and all of the various repair bits for fridge and water heater, and we'll talk about the AC saga. All that, we've maxed out that card, and it's technically just under my name, so I'm like, you can't leave me. This is bad. But at least the nice thing is, like, the card we have, that card it's a new card that we got because of the Tucker stuff. And it's got, like, a 0% thing for, like, a year. So that's why we did it. So it's like we have bought a little bit of buffer. Which is good. But, fuck. So we'll do another crowd control stream sometime in the near future. And I'm trying to figure out what a structure for the joke only pause, only beans thing might be. And I don't know, we'll go from there. And at some point I still have to do like fundraising things for like Extra Life and whatever. It's hard. It's hard. Everything's bad. But I have a drink, and I have you guys, and it's fine. And now we're gonna play Persona, I guess. So how are you all? I don't know if we can do Mario Party again. That was literally broken. I'll look and see what other games there might be. Or maybe there's certain things we know we have to, like, turn off, or we just can't do certain things in combination with certain maps. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Mario Party was a fuck ton of fun, though. We didn't get any of the hand-destroying mini-games, I noticed, so... Carl survived his road trip, fuck yeah. Yeah, I hope everybody else is doing good. Like, have I just absorbed all the bad? Like, I'd be okay with that. You know, I'm gonna put it in air quotes, because maybe, like, some balance. Flash, thank you for the resub. Yeah, I would like to delete the week. Anyways, I really don't know how the fix to the water heater is gonna go. I don't know what Jeff we're gonna get in here. I have crunchy munchies. Is that you saying that you have the munchies for something that crunches, or are crunchy munchies an item? I don't know. Cause like I understand crunchy munchies as a feeling. I'm right there. I'm there all the time. Let's do the Persona. Let's get over there. Now I'm thinking about my favorite crunchies. The thing didn't work. I have chips. Okay. I'm assuming the chips are called crunchy munchies then. That's doing the things it needs to. Great. Persona. The world is weird. We did technically see an ending last week because I was like, I gotta know what happens if you pick the bad choice. We knew it was the bad choice. I wanted to see it. I hated it. And now we're in here for real, but for real again in air quotes because the reality we're in right now is not real. So I don't know why I've got to go to fucking school. I feel like this is a waste of everyone's time. I don't know what this is gonna look like. It's gonna be weird. I guess we're gonna spend time with people for some reason. Shout out to the 200 hours. Okay. Oh boy. Yeah, the Dutch angle credits were bad. So yeah, Morgana's laying down, so I can't go anywhere. So again, we've got our illusion of choice.
Hey.
Yeah, it won't even let me do things at my desk, so I'll just go to sleep, I guess. Go to sleep, because I don't have a fucking choice. I don't know why we're making me click these buttons. I hate it. Oh. This is gonna be weird. Oh, we're like starting in this position.
It's been quite some time.
It's actually not been that long. I think it's been like a week, potentially 2. I feel like it was Christmas Eve when all the shit went down. Probably the last time I saw you. So like, it's not that long. Why am I still a prisoner?
We have finally succeeded in reaching you.
Oh. Okay, have you been trying to... If this is about my car's extended warranty, I'm gonna fucking lose my mind. Yeah, what's going on?
You have been imprisoned once more.
Yeah?
This time, not by the god of control, but a different entity, one who's bound you through your future. However, you held fast to your free will and believed in your bonds, allowing your friends to regain their own realities. You are on the verge of grasping a potential reality once more. Our meeting again now, within this place, is proof enough. It seems the time has come.
I just got here, and that was a prison alarm? What do I do now? Yeah, like, why did you... Is that the end of our conversation? Why did you bother with it, then?
We are merely beings who provide aid to humans as they carry out their will.
Okay, so provide me some aid.
You must be the one to determine the path and actions to take.
Do I still have a social link with this Igor, or does it, like, is that one gone?
If the will of rebellion still thrives within you, then we will surely meet again.
There was no point to any of that conversation.
Lady Lavenza told you that?
I like how in this reality we can wear whatever we want, and I have still chosen. What is happening with the front of my outfit?
We ought to tell everyone else that too. Let's all meet up after school.
Oh, really? You think that's a good idea? That hadn't occurred to me. Hi!
Good morning.
Yes, good morning. Oh, do I hear thunder? Great.
I'm sorry. I can't believe what I tried to do to you two. I genuinely cannot apologize enough for what happened.
Oh, come on. There's no need for that. More importantly, how have you been?
Physically, I'm fine. But mentally, to be entirely honest, I'm all mixed up.
Are you okay? This feels like a bad
My
question.
memories are still pretty fuzzy, and I haven't really processed everything yet.
Oh, well, you should go talk to the school fair. That sucks. Yeah.
I'm going to need a little time to myself to think things through. I have to figure out what to do with myself from here on.
Okay. I take extra classes as well. I want to study more. Can be your ideal reality. You could just be smarter. You could just be smarter. This class is so awesome. There's no bullying or anything like that here. That's what a dream. Like, I would love to know how it reconciles. Oh, the smiley faces in the corner are bad. I hate that. Like, how does he reconcile conflicting realities? That's what I want to know. Logistically, the more you think about this, the, like, weirder and more bad and, like, illogical it gets. Like, it's... How?
Time's up.
No, in this we have no homework. Next year's gonna be all about your college entrance exam, so you'd better start preparing now. Or I could just get into college. Oh boy. Who's on class duty today? Oh, Jesus.
Man.
Yeah, I've been a little busy, Morgana. I feel like the teacher would cut me some slack. She saw the reality of all the shit that went down. So, I feel like we've got some leeway here. Is everyone rested up? It's been 2 days. Oy, oy, oy. And say 2 days, didn't we do something yesterday? I don't remember anymore, actually. Was yesterday Samurai Day? Fuck. Let's meet I'm not gonna tell them I have to... You can't... The worst text you can send somebody is like, we need to talk. Don't do that. I'm not... Especially in a group chat. What the fuck? No. Let's meet at the hideout later. That's logical. I like how we talk in code. Like, let's meet at the hideout. Like, one, it's not fucking obvious. And two, we announce where we're hanging out all the time anyways. Ay, ay, ay. The police literally know who we are.
We have to choose our own path. Eh?
I do really like the jacket that Mercer is wearing. I want that in real life. I have one that's a little similar that's actually like a cranberry color. It doesn't have the double-breasted buttons, but the rest of the shape is pretty
Akechi had
good.
mentioned that we needed to determine what we'll do from here on out. It seems he was right.
Well, yeah, of course.
We could accept this reality, but that means we'll have to fight Dr. Maruki, right?
Yes. Yeah, the guy who
That's right.
I can't settle on a place to put the emphasis on his name and keep saying it wrong. Anyways, do you guys know that Bitcoin ATMs are a
We have to
thing?
confront Maruki and steal his desire.
I fucking saw one on a map. I did not drive past it. I kind of want to go drive past it, but I need to go somewhere new, so I pulled it up on Google Maps. And, you know, it'll just randomly show you, like, things of interest. And there was a little thing along the route. Bitcoin ATM. What the fuck? What the fuck?
In a way, it's business as usual for us.
I just needed to get that off my chest. that was the thing.
Dr. Maruki is an adult with a warped desire. But that desire's just a wish for us all to be happy,
Look,
right?
even good intentions warped are bad.
I admit, it's nothing similar to the desires we've seen in the likes of Shido and Kamoshida.
The Phantom Thieves only change the hearts of evildoers. Dr. Maruki is quite different from our past targets.
Well, I think we already know what we gotta do.
Yeah, we gotta fucking do it.
Haru's right. Dr. Maruki ain't a shitty adult at all.
But he is inflicting his will on a large population without really, like, their consent.
There are probably plenty of folks out there living all happy in this reality. Who knows? Maybe Dr. Maruki is actually doing the right thing. But we all still feel like this reality's wrong, right? We decide what's right for ourselves. That's what we all agreed on when we went after him in the palace. If changing Doc's heart fixes our reality, then I'm gonna do it. So somebody say something?
Sorry, I was just thinking about how right you are.
I mean, in this reality, he's got a brain cell, which is pretty great.
So we're going to change our target's heart not to reform society, but to acquire the reality we believe in.
The thunder is coming.
That doesn't sound bad at all.
Then it's unanimous.
Is it? Haru sounded like maybe she wasn't on board. Okay.
Well, that means our next step is pretty clear. Right. Maruki said that he'd be willing to fight if we are too.
God, what do I think that fight's gonna look like? Hey, Liz, thank you for the 46 months. Yeah, Zeus is here, right? Dude, the new person that I've got at work. So that was where I was going when I found the Bitcoin ATM, is they live kind of near me. And so rather than us both driving all the way down to work, we're in a carpool. So I had to go pick her up. Anyways, found out this morning, she's also into Epic. I'm sad we don't work together on Friday, because that's what we would be jamming to. But I was so jazzed to find out that she's been listening to it. We geeked out for so much of our drive today. I'm so excited. Oh.
It's safe to assume he's expecting us to infiltrate his palace.
Probably.
That reminds me. You know that, reality bending stuff? Why is Doc able to do that anyway?
Because, I don't, research and shit. Terminator's good. It's like, the joke we ended up making, is that we realized, that Turbodark is just kind of turning into, like, it's like a retirement. As a retirement plan, it's like, man, I have been through a number of years of a shitty career thing, and I just want to, like, chill and relax in my twilight years. Because it's just so chill. Like, it can be busy, but nothing is stressful, and it's great. And Ash is already like, this is wonderful. This is so much better than all of the other things I have been on. So it's good. Greg has gone to the convention right now, so we're just, like, chugging along and doing stuff. Busy but chill is goals for job. I know, it's so wonderful. It's so wonderful. Like, and I've been writing, like, SOPs for stuff. I'm training Ash on things. She's picking it up real fast. I got a bunch of secret projects I get to start working on again, which I'm very jazzed for. I am also kind of, like, officially... I'm kind of, like, officially the production manager at this point, because Greg's just like, I don't want to think about inventory levels anymore. Can you just do that? And I was like, yeah, that sounds great. So, like, now I get to spreadsheet out all of our, like, inventory control and, like, production schedule and all of that. And I'm like, this is so my wheelhouse. Let's go. And I'm very, very jazzed. Hi, Sassy! Looks like Turbodork is kind of an impromptu D&D convention. I mean, it's 3 people. It's Greg, it's me, and now it's Ash. There was Jake. He left. That's why Ash is here. I don't know if you can have a convention with 3 people. Has big DashCon vibes. We do not have a ball pit, though. We do have a tub full of small balls that are the BBs that go into the paint bottles. So, like, I guess we kind of have a ball pit. This is getting weird. Anyways.
I've been wondering the same thing. Even if he was the top cognitive science expert, that wouldn't be enough for him to do all of this.
If we're going to fight Maruki, we'd better dig up some more intel on him first.
Good day.
Okay, how can you do that? How can you do that?
This is Lavenza speaking.
Yeah. The screen told me that. Oh, Ashley, I have so many questions I want to follow up with now, but none of them are appropriate for stream. But I'm glad he seems to be in a better mood. Congratulations. Come again?
Yes, allow me to repeat
No, I
myself.
didn't. I just want to say your name out loud here.
Good day. This is Lavenza speaking.
Lady Lavenza?
Oh, shut up, cat! I guess other people can't hear.
Your will of rebellion has reached new heights.
Yeah, apparently my Will of Rebellion has established a really dope cell phone tower.
We would like to aid that will, if you find it agreeable.
Oh, do I get 5G? Please.
Wait, how is she even calling
I don't
you?
know, man.
And how'd she know how high our wills are? Did she tap your line or something?
Well, you did it.
Her timing was just too perfect. Maybe she actually did.
I think she lives in my head, so she's just kind of here all the time.
I have performed no form of electronic surveillance whatsoever.
Apparently, she can hear you.
There's
They are
something I
loud.
wish to tell you regarding your current situation. However, I'm reaching the limit of my communication ability with this method. Let us meet in person tomorrow.
Probably because we did a lot of frivolous talking to get to this point. Where?
It would be best for me to select a location considered easy to reach by all parties.
Are you gonna appear in the coffee shop, or is there gonna be some other fucking weird... Do I get to take them into my weird prison?
Therefore, let us convene at your school.
Okay, that feels... concerning. No.
At Shujin?
Yeah, no, that feels like a bad place to do it, actually.
Wait, she'll be at the school? Lavenza will?
I don't like this. This feels bad.
In that case, I'll see you tomorrow.
No.
She hung up.
Yeah, she did.
Is she really gonna go to our school? Just walk through the front gates like nothing?
I don't know, man. We're gonna find out.
I'm not sure what to make of it.
We'll find out in 10
But
minutes.
since we've determined our goal and Lavenza's offered to help us, I'd call that progress of some sort.
Sure.
All we have left is whatever we discuss tomorrow at school, plus whether or not we're going to team up with Akechi.
On the one hand, he's fucking insane, and I do not trust him. On the other hand, I'm not convinced he's real, so how much damage can he really do?
Considering what he told us, really does seem like we share an end goal with Akechi.
And the last time we shared an end goal with him, he did try to murder me, and we had to have a very elaborate plan for that to not happen.
Well, I think we ought to team up.
And I'm not saying that, like, the original reason he tried to do that does not exist anymore. He does feel like a dude who would hold a grudge, though, and he might just be upset that we did outsmart him. So...
Me too.
Are you sure?
no.
Dr. Maruki's strong enough to change reality itself. If we're gonna fight him, we're gonna need Akechi's help.
Magic, I want crunchies now. I want my crunchies. I have, like, these little, like, rice chip things. Not like rice cake cracker things, but, like, they're actual, like, little chip things that are cheddar. They're so fucking good. And now I want them, because they also go really great with bourbon stuff. But I don't want to crunch into my microphone. I don't need more video of me eating.
Plus, if he does betray us again, we'll just take him out too.
Oh my god, Haru! Fuck yes, but also, wow!
I guess that settles that.
Let's all meet at Shujin tomorrow. I'll take care of figuring out how to get Yusuke and Futaba in the school.
I mean, okay. Haru was just like, and if he sucks, we'll just kill him! And no one had any comments. And two, it's just like, hey, like, when the school day's over, just like, what, is there a guard? Like, just go in. Just go in? Just do that. I bring a cat in every day.
I appreciate the effort. Thank you.
All right, let's head home for now.
In this reality, my wish is that they could just walk through the gate. Done. Nailed it. Like, how often does the reality update? I feel like that's a good question. Yeah, I do think it's a bad idea, but, like, also, like, what is anybody gonna do? What's anybody gonna do? Morgana's on top of it. I don't think that's true, but Morgana doesn't have a fucking cell phone, so what? He doesn't know I said that.
For real?
Yeah, you're fine. It's fine. It's so great. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Good night, everyone. What about good night, me? You're gonna message me later? Just me? Private? I don't know why she wants to meet up with. I mean, the school is where Maruki, like, spent several months working on this. Whether she knows that or not, good question. But, like, it is a logical place to go. Alright, well, you're laying down, so I can't do shit again. I can't do shit for shit. Yeah, that's what I thought. And you're not gonna let me sit down here either. Don't let me run around the room! There's no reason! How's my plan?
Hey!
That's the only thing I could do. Great, perfect, I guess. But, like, just fucking... This screen doesn't need to come up. Why? Like, there should be something in the code of the game that's just like, hey, when all your stats are maxed, this doesn't need to pop up.
Yes!
We don't need to do that. Anyways, like, there's no reason to do anything. Oh, wait. There still seems to be enough fuel left. Do I have to refill this at some point? If I don't, why fucking say that? If I do, I've never interacted with that before. What happens if I don't? This is so fucking stupid! I'm gonna go to sleep with a scarf on. That seems like a bad idea. Do you want to take a break for the night? No! But you won't let me do anything else! I hate this. Oh, God. What now? Are you realizing you might only be here because of this reality change and that you might go away? Is that what's happening? No, you can't wake me up and then go, sorry, it's nothing. Fuck you, speak your mind. Doesn't seem like nothing. There was nothing to save, though. No. Nothing's happened. Remember what happened that night. Oh, that night. I don't know. Which night? There's been a number. The night before we went into Mementos to race it and it had the longest Christmas Eve in existence.
Hey!
Remember how I said I finally found the place where I belong? You know, I said that and really believed that I still feel right in Maruki's hands. I mean, yeah? I know I've made it obvious how much I want to be a human. More than once, I thought it would give me a chance with Lady. You're still so fucking weird for this. I need you to stop. What I did was just so lame. Thank you! Oh my god. Finally. Finally. You've recognized how lame and weird and awful this is. Oh my god. I'm so proud of you and your growth. Ha! Can't believe I was off having a blast where you were busy trying to help us. Wait, I mean, you didn't know. That's fine. I understand why, though. Yeah.
Wait!
Like, you didn't know! You didn't know! Like, he made it so that was reality. Why would you think this isn't real? Like, that's fine. If you're trying to excuse something as big, I'd be more disappointed than anything. No, it's just like... You didn't know! I apparently didn't have enough of a wish for my reality to change, so I just saw everything being weird and shit. What is this? Yes, I have been helping you from the very beginning. Speaking of locked up in prison, I do that almost every night, it turns out. Nowhere near cool. You don't have to be cool. You're... I gotta just be like, yeah, nowhere. See, here's the thing is, this feels like the gentle ribbing, like, haha answer, but I don't know if that's how this character is gonna deliver that. So I'm gonna be like, you don't have to be cool.
Right.
It also feels like yeah, you're right, you're not cool, but... yeah, you sleep on me almost every night. So, like, we're past a coolness level. You're gonna be more independent? Okay, great. I kept Stop relying on you for everything, because deep down I thought you could figure everything out for me. Well, you are a cat. You don't have thumbs. Like, it's not outrageous that you've been relying on me. You don't have thumbs. So... that's all changing. If you remain a cat, but get thumbs... I would love that. That change in reality can stay. Oh. Had we not done this thing yet? I don't remember who all I've maxed this out on. Wait, didn't we, I feel like we actually already did. I don't remember now. I discovered a new, my original
All right.
transformed into... have we not already done the transform? I can't keep straight anymore.
Okay.
That's that's, I guess, a narratively controlled progression, so I guess I wouldn't remember. Alright. I want dessert now. No, I still want my crunchies, actually. Let's do our best.
Right.
And when I have my cats talk to me. I mean, there is a certain level of communication, but I have said often that if I could have any spell... if I could have any spell in real life, I would love for it to be speak with animals. Hi!
I brought an emotional support puppy.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. It's because I'm fucking amazing, and
Yeah?
I can't deal with my own amazingness.
We have hot water?
We do have hot water.
Yay! Hi, buddy. Yay! Thank you.
Yay.
Also, Ashley's here.
Okay.
Mwah. Hi, bud. Hi, bud. Yay! Hot water.
I'm gonna make myself a drink.
Joe says puppy and hot water? Spoiled. We're so bougie. Oh my god, I'm so excited. It's incredible. Hey, hun, just so you know, because of the week we've been having, I went Ghost Hill tonight. Yeah. Sassy Tyler said hi, puppy. Oh, yay. Oh, it's a good puppy. Griff is up here. He's just hiding. He's hanging out in the dark Lego room. Oh, no, come back. I just saw you. You came in here. Come here, Griff. Come back. Griff has put on a good amount of weight, and we are trying to get him to slim back down. I picked him up, and I was like, you are dense. Jesus Christ. Hey! You look so upset. Hi! Oh. There we go. Let's get the... where's the button? Where's the button? Oh, the button's so far away. Oh, thank you for kisses. There we go. There we go. Mwah. Mwah. We haven't been on stream in a long time either because we've been hanging out with our brother. We've been very worried about our brother. So we've been hanging out nearby where he's been penned up. Oh, did I find a burr on your foot? No. That's not a burr. Thank you. Thank you. Mwah. It's been a long time since we've had both dogs in a stream. Yeah. Okay. You wanna go see Dad? Okay. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. Hi. You don't have to. Like, you can lay in the bed. You got a spot. You can do whatever you want. You have options. You're standing next to one bed. There's another one over there. You have laid on the floor. Okay, well, don't let your dreams be dreams. He said hi, puppy, too. Oh, my God. It's so incredible. Okay, back to this.
Let's turn in for the night.
Yeah, there are some people that I know okay. Oh, God. Okay. Majestic presence. Increase effect of allies' healing skills. Well, no, I want you to increase yours, but okay. Miyoko Rose. Medium physical damage to all foes. Oh, I got rid of your physical stuff. I guess we don't need that. Yeah, I guess I'm not gonna bother with that one. Cardboard cuts are the worst. They are terrible. Yeah, cardboard cuts are awful. I guess I just... Yeah, I don't want this. I got an achievement. Evolved a party member's persona. Oh shit, so maybe I had already maxed that one out, and I'm gonna get some shenanigans. Oh, fuck this guy. A new year is starting. I mean, a new year started 11 days ago, but sure. You all look sleepy. I mean, yeah, it's cold and weird and rainy. An is dissociating in that back corner. She goes through the new year. Just Shigatsu, one big excuse to laze around. Okay. Good grief. No, it's what? Oh, you're gonna ask me a question. I should pay attention. Decorate. We're gonna welcome. One of the oldest traditions in Japan. Yeah, Oh, An's dissociating. I'm not even pretending to pay attention. Cherry blossom viewing and even Children's Day are meant to commemorate deities and spirits. Japan's got a lot of gods, so naturally there end up being a lot of events and rituals to accommodate them all. Yup. There's a phrase referring to all the Shinto gods as a collective. Anyone know it offhand? Don't ask me how I got it. I don't know.
What is the answer?
Oh, good. On. Okay, great. Okay, it felt rude to say that to her, but okay.
Hey, wait!
The guy. Okay. On in the middle. Hold on. Let me get my... Okay, so An's been dissociating. This guy looks like he is, like, in digestive distress and is just like, keep it in, man. Keep it in. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be okay. Okay.
Seriously?
Okay. Yeah, are you awake? Phrase about gods kind of abstract, right? Phrase supposed to illustrate how numerous they are? That feels like what we were just discussing. Use a specific number again? I mean, that feels like a lot. The 10,000 gods feels more realistic. I don't know. There's more than that? Oh, then it was 8. Okay, well, if you know... Oh, well then fucking... If I get to do it again...
That means...
This is it. Correct.
Why did it let me do it again?
No way.
That felt weird. Okay. Whatever.
Nice, go!
Again, no reason to let me interact with it if it does not matter. I really want the cheddar crisp. Oh, there's a dog hair on my eye. I found it. We're good now. Moving on! I'm not that good at studying. I'm good at re-clicking buttons after it tells me I was wrong and pick it again so I don't embarrass anybody. Oh, hi.
You've been awfully busy lately. Don't forget to eat lunch.
There's the butterfly. We're not eating lunch. Let's go.
As for myself, be sure to order some jelly-filled bread and... That's...
Let's follow it.
Yeah, let's...
Oopsies.
Hey!
Yeah, no, I know where it's gonna go. I think it's gonna go the same way it did before. Hey, let's listen to you, though. Going to trip next week. Oh, that's so exciting. You've worked so hard up till now. You can't give up now. Not going to college? When I graduate, I'm gonna work at my dad's company. I've been saying that since last year. I love that her dream is to just do that. People seem to have calmed down about the Phantom Thieves. What do you think about them? What does it matter? I want to report the news without being influenced by the public. Honestly, I wish I could interview them in person. That's never gonna happen. Oh yeah, ha ha ha. No, I want to see what these people are talking about. Oh, we're going downstairs. Upstairs would have been safer, but sure.
Oh.
What's your fucking deal? We shouldn't skip. If you keep this up, they'll take you off the starting lineup. Doesn't really matter. Actually, I'm glad if they did. I'd prefer to sit on the bench and cheer everyone else on. It's easy and I can chat with the manager. I think it's the plump male student. Could you at least come to the afternoon practice? Everyone's worried about you. Oh my god. Okay. Please be going to the cafeteria. I'm starving. Or it's going to the fucking room that Maruki was always in. Like I said. Someone tell James he needs to add that to the sticky note and then mark it off immediately when he gets here. It's just like my dream. Everyone else should be here, though. This is not a good time for this. Oh, did he leave a bunch of boxes behind? That'd be great.
Lady Lavenza.
Hello. Thank you for coming.
Oh, thanks, Liz. As long as I got a mark off on a sticky note somewhere, I'm happy. What's with the formality?
That's odd. I thought humans regularly exchange phrases such as that upon meeting. Perhaps it would have been more appropriate to say, "What's up?"
Oh my god. Yes, please talk like that from now on.
Oh, well, anyway, how about we get this started?
No, but like, what about everybody else?
As I told you yesterday, there's something I wish to tell you.
And I couldn't tell you then. Because reasons.
But first, please gather your other friends here.
Yeah, I'll just text him and be like, come to the nurse's office, yo. Because apparently there's no nurse that's ever here. It was just the weird therapist who is doing fucked up research. And then he left, so like...
Here? You want to meet in the nurse's office?
No, she just materialized here for no other reason. She's carrying a giant book.
This place is filled with the cognition of bed rest. Maintaining my existence in a reality controlled by someone like Maruki is no simple feat. But the exhaustion that it induces is limited by this place's cognition, so I may converse with you all in person here.
I see.
Let us continue this conversation once everyone involved has convened. Until that time, I will provide my eyes a much-needed rest.
Wait, rest? Lady Lavenza?
She just talked about how exhausting this was to do.
I guess we should get everyone in here.
Fucking idiots.
Infiltration success.
We just walked through the door. Oh, no, you two did need to get, like, snuck in. Never mind. There was that.
I'm rather surprised no one took notice of us.
Everyone's here wrapped up in their own shit.
Considering how I don't have an adequate excuse for the school to approve your being here, we're lucky it went as well as it did.
As long as you maintain an air of confidence, you can fool just about anybody into thinking you belong.
He just waltzed in his normal attire. People recognize you, though.
I must say, though, I hadn't expected you to actually reach out to me for something like this.
Well, it's just as we said before. We've accepted your offer to work together.
Now's not the time to let personal stuff get in the way of our goal.
Yeah, that whole, like, trying to get us all arrested and trying to murder Ren thing. We're just gonna not... You let bygones be bygones, you know?
But if you ever betray us again, we'll make sure you regret it.
All right, then.
That's the voice of someone who accepted a challenge.
That's no concern of mine, anyway. Remember what I told you all before? We share a mutual interest. Until Maruki is defeated, we have a deal to uphold.
It appears that everyone's arrived. Does this mean you're ready to begin?
Ain't that our line?
Tell us what you know.
Yes.
Music stopped.
I wished to speak with you about the circumstances that led this Maruki to alter reality as you know it, as well as the true nature of his power.
Was he the original trickster and things went bad and that's why his fiance left him, died? What was it? I don't remember. There was a fiance or a woman he was interested in. I don't remember anymore. It was so long ago. We were at the buffet place. I was very distracted.
You know all of that?
I admit there will be a degree of speculation involved, but only to a small extent.
Sassy Teller just randomly waved and said excitedly, "Hi, Aunt Jan." Hi, sweetie! Hello! We did go to the buffet a lot. For a place that's supposed to be exclusive and fancy, we were there often.
First, I will explain the situation with the current reality. I believe that Maruki has altered the cognition of the masses.
Yes!
In other words, it's thought that the alterations he's made are the result of his meddling with mementos.
He changed mementos? How is that even possible?
Well, we destroyed it. Air quotes. So, like, why not? Isn't it gone, though? No.
Wait, don't forget about our experience with the Metanav and Maruki's palace. Seems like this kind of thing has a habit of sticking around despite our expectations.
Mementos is the cognition of the masses given form. If that man is truly capable of controlling individuals' cognitions, and that man were also to gain access to mementos, it would be no surprise that he could impact everyone's cognitions and affect reality itself.
Could he really have done all that?
Apparently!
I mean, it's assumed that Dr. Maruki has the power to control cognition, right?
Exactly. That man's controlling of cognition. Let's see. Why don't we refer to his power as actualization? Most likely, that actualization is a power unique to a persona. In other words, this man named Maruki is...
He's a persona user?
Yeah, I thought that was clear at the beginning of the conversation, but okay.
That's impossible.
Well, how is it impossible? Why is it impossible? Explain to me where it's impossible. It's, improbable in that, in the percentage of people in, just even call the country who can do it, it is kind of weird that there's a high number of them all concentrated in this spot. But also, this is the 5th Persona game, so this seems to be kind of a common problem that's happening. It's not that wild.
There's no way to have a persona and a palace at the same time.
No, that, I feel like, did we not already prove that was incorrect? I feel like we had like proved that at some point. Now I'm trying to real hard to remember Persona 4 shit. Cause I mean, those weren't palaces, I guess. But like every single one of those people turned around and had Persona and did stuff. Like what? Okay, all right.
Determining when Maruki first awakened to his power is wholly impossible. However, by the time he crossed your paths, there's no doubt that he was making use of his actualization, although he may have only been doing so subconsciously.
Even if it is just his subconscious, he's using a persona in the real world.
So his ability to make Yoshizawa-san think she was Kasumi-chan.
It was most likely through the use of actualization.
Still though, even if we assume that Maruki has unique persona abilities, such as the case with him and myself, we still need to determine how he used that power on mementos as a whole, rather than a single individual.
Probably didn't help that we unlocked a whole bunch of it for him.
Right. Even if there were some kind of power that could affect mementos,
Which clearly there is.
it's on a whole other level from what we've seen so far. A single person just shouldn't be capable of all that.
That's true. Changing reality just by thinking about it isn't something humans do. It's something that, like, gods do.
Okay, which feels like we're going into some foreshadowing here. Maybe he does, maybe there's some more god shit. We already had the god of control, why not have a different one? But also, if this is somebody who had access to a bunch of research and then had access to the inner depths of the cognition of the masses, maybe he just scienced real good. I mean, real bad, but real good. That's also possible.
And what if he became such a god?
But then there's that option.
What?
Is Maruki just fucking Vecna for Persona? Is that what happened?
The god of control.
Indeed. The being in mementos that you all defeated was a false deity that the masses deludedly clung to. It is easy to conclude that Maruki simply took over the false god's position when it disappeared.
So Vecna, maybe Matron of Ravens, I don't know, took over a dead god spot. It's a fuzzy line. Jesus.
Took over his position? What do you mean? So you're saying society thinks of Doc as a god now or something?
No. The Phantom Thieves are the ones who gained the masses' support after defeating this so-called god of control.
But now we're only hanging out at like 13%, so...
So it would follow that the masses would turn to the Phantom Thieves next as their savior.
Except we did make them have to deal with harsh reality instead of the comfort of this fake bullshit.
In that case, why did they instead turn to Maruki, who did none of the work the Phantom Thieves did?
Yeah, I mean, how does anybody know about him? The masses were invested in the Phantom Thieves, not Maruki. I mean, but if he has a certain level of control, did he just tweak that fact?
Wait, you what? What do you mean? We never wished for anything like this.
Is that really true?
It's most likely because...
We wished for it. What? I don't remember that. Wait, what did we say?
After we defeated the god of control, we wished for reality to be like Dr. Maruki described it.
Did we?
And it happened?
I don't remember doing any wishing with you guys and Doc. I mean, when would we have even had the chance to?
What about our counseling?
Oh, you fucker. But that doesn't explain. That explains some of us. Can't change the past, but you could still want to keep your chin up and press onward. Is that the gist of it? Okay. Be better if none of this happened at all. Okay. So there's that. I don't... Oh, maybe that's why I was unaffected, because I was just like, yeah, fuck it. But, like, that doesn't explain Mercer. That doesn't explain Futaba. Who else is in our fucking group? No matter what path you might have to take to get there, I hope your track dreams will still do you some good in the end.
Looks like you all walked right into the spider's parlor.
There's no way of knowing how many of those situations were intentionally orchestrated by that man. However, the result is still the same. A desire for his actualization was seeded within your hearts. Thus, I have no doubt that it was your own desires that led to their actualization.
There's still some... that still doesn't fully explain why everybody would turn to him, though. That explains why we had a weird reality. Like, I didn't, but, you know.
So this is all our fault, huh?
Oversimplification.
We're the ones who told him the cognitive world really exists, too.
Did we tell him that? Because I feel like we didn't tell him that. I feel like there was a meeting that I had with him where I was still being cagey, and he was like, also, you're a Phantom Thief. And we're like, what? He has to be stopped.
Right, let's fight. If this is our own fault, we've got to be the ones to fix it.
Yes. This realization changes none of what we must do.
Very well. Then allow me to proceed. This world is in a very unstable condition currently.
Isn't it always?
On the day that the god of control fused mementos with the real world, the merging was undone through your efforts, and the two worlds are now attempting to return to their initial states.
Okay.
So, what you're saying is this world has reverted to a state where the fusion with mementos hasn't been totally undone.
Oh, I misunderstood what she just said. Okay.
That explains why Maruki's palace was visible in Odaiba.
Even as we speak, Maruki is still influencing this world in places where its boundaries are blurred. As slow a pace as it may be, he still continues to actualize the world of the masses as a whole. Should this continue, reality shall merge with mementos once more. The two worlds will again become one. When that happens, anyone trapped within the actualized world can never again awaken to the original one.
No.
This issue goes beyond the masses as well. Although you are all Persona users, It would be next to impossible to defy Maruki in a world completely under his control. To be clear, once the two worlds conclude their fusion, there will be no chance of your success in this mission. And I believe this fusion will conclude in 1 month's time.
You don't exist here. How do you know what a month is? This feels very convenient that every crisis has about a month to go. You don't know what that is. You don't have a fucking calendar? What's today's date? What's today's date? You don't know. How does it have any meaning to you? I'm fine. Everything's so fine.
We only have a month.
If memory serves me correctly, February 3rd was the date Dr. Maruki gave us, right? Could he have possibly chosen the time limit based on when his actualization will be completed?
How would he know that's how long it takes? No, none of this makes any sense!
It's possible.
If that's the case, we don't got another choice except to steal his treasure by then.
We'll need to secure our route to the treasure by the 2nd so we can send our calling card. Then, on the day of, we're most likely going to have to fight Maruki.
Yeah.
Allow me to produce the calling card.
Sure.
This is certain to be our final card. I'll pour my heart and soul into its creation.
Be that as it may, there are still some unsolved questions.
Guys, are you gonna be upset if I crunch things on stream? I really want my cheddar crisp so bad. I might go get some as soon as when James gets here. I know it's unprofessional and it's not great for microphones, and I'll try to keep muting it, but fuck, I want them so bad. Please crunch. Thank you. You guys are great. I appreciate you. Let's see. There's still some unsolved questions. I mean, yeah. This doesn't sound like a question. It's Maruki. So, yeah, the meta-nav reappearing is weird.
Right.
What's the deal with the palace's name? Doesn't seem to affect the app's functions, but...
That must also be a product of Maruki's cognition.
He wanted us to find it?
He most likely learned that you could somehow infiltrate the metaverse. As long as he permits your existence, your method of infiltration will not entirely disappear either. However, in his heart he must have feared you would learn his identity as the palace's ruler. Perhaps such a feeling took the form of hiding the ruler's name from you.
But in that case, why didn't Dr. Maruki just actualize us out of existence
Because
entirely?
that would have been selfish of him and he would feel bad about it. James, thank you for the resub! I'll add you here in a second. Maybe he wants to save us. Ooh, oh, I hate that. That's probably it. This is the biggest, this is the worst, largest savior complex. Holy shit.
Maruki told us he wants us to accept his world.
Fair enough, if you're trading for a 5K, you gotta load up on protein. So McChicken, I feel like fucking does that.
It may be hard to believe, but since we mutually benefit from his actualization, maybe he really does want us to submit.
Sorry, even if it does fix shit for us, I just can't accept the world getting treated like that. Let's start the infiltration tomorrow, yeah?
Yeah, let's fucking go.
And you? Sound good?
You're willing to ask me as well.
We started this meeting with, hey, we agreed to accept your offer to work together for this. That was the beginning of this meeting.
Duh, dude. The Phantom Thieves don't act unless it's a unanimous vote.
Fine then. You know I have no intention of accepting Maruki's world anyway.
Okay, maybe extra mayo. Maybe don't do that. Maybe don't do the extra mayo.
And that settles that.
Wait, what about Yoshizawa-san?
What about her? She's fucking chaos incarnate.
We may not have summoned her as one of the Phantom Thieves. This definitely involves her as well.
Nah, leave her the fuck out.
Maybe we should fill her in on our situation once she comes to terms with her own.
February 2nd. That. Or the 1st. Whatever day before we're doing the calling card. Maybe after the calling card. Maybe just let her see the calling card.
What she does with that information, though, that's up to her.
Right.
If that concludes matters, I shall continue to watch over you, Trickster. Please show me the path that you choose for humanity.
Oh, shit, she was right there the whole time anyways. Alright. We didn't close the fucking door? Big Ryuji energy. Oh, God.
I just...
Guess we might as well close up for the night. Hey, once you're done washing that, you can go ahead and call it a welcome.
I was like, what unfortunate walk-in is this gonna be?
Yoshizawa?
Have a seat. She's here to see you, right? Now, don't worry about finishing up. I'll take care of it later.
Sorry for coming over so late. And thank you for the coffee. It's delicious.
She seems so upset about it.
Would you mind if I got something off my chest?
We need to be clear, because you were flirting with me real hard before, so I need to make sure we establish some boundaries.
Thank you. So, to tell the truth, I saw you all go into the nurse's office today. And, I sort of eavesdropped on your conversation.
Good to know that literally anyone could have done that. Thank you.
You've all found the paths you want to take, and are following them with such confidence. Whereas, I'm simply... like Dr. Maruki said before, I ran from the truth. I couldn't handle the fact that Kasumi died because of my actions. My memories are still a bit hazy, but even when I remembered that I'm really Sumire, I didn't want to accept it. I was still running from reality, where Kasumi is gone, where I had to live for Kasumi instead of as her.
Do you still want to run? Let's just go hard.
No. Like I said earlier, I realized something when I saw you all striving to push onward. I can't keep running like this, but now that Kasumi's gone, I have no idea what to do with myself. Senpai, what should I do?
You have to decide, not me. It's the whole fucking point!
You can be awfully firm sometimes, Senpai, but you're absolutely correct.
I know! It was one of two options.
I must thank you for allowing me to unload all of this onto you. I'm still not completely sure what I should do, but I plan to think more on it.
Hey, was the Kasumi version of her wearing glasses? Has she just been blind for the last several months? I don't think she was wearing glasses. I don't remember there being glasses. Oh my god. Contacts are also a thing. I'm gonna guess. Why would she be like, oh, I'm not my sister, I should go back to wearing my glasses? I don't think she thought that far ahead.
I've got to figure out what to do with my life now.
Let's reform society.
Yeah! Okay. God. Alright, I think we're out of VA stuff. I'm gonna add James to the call. We're gonna do that. Hey.
Hey, great vegetables, everyone. There
Great
you go.
vegetables.
My own.
James, here in a moment. I need to, one, go refill my drink, because we're there. And two, I am gonna go to snack, because we were talking about crunchy munchies earlier, and I have a desperate need to have some of my cheddar crisps, and chat has given me permission to crunch on stream, so I'm gonna go get some of those in a second after we get through all this.
Yeah, go for it.
Before that happens, though, I'm gonna half read this, half do a thing. James, I have a question for you.
I might have an answer for you.
And this is a question for, I was saying this is a question for chat. This is a question for some people in chat. It's mostly for James, and I think anybody who has a sword is allowed to answer this.
Oh, I like where this is going, Jen. You know me too well, but go on.
If you had the opportunity to get a warning label to put on my forehead to warn other people I'm going to interact with about something about me, what would that warning be? Be like, well, like always late for something. Like, I'm not always late, but just as an example of things that I've seen people say, it's like, you know, like, we'll always be late, or like whatever. Like, what is the warning you would put on my forehead so that way other people know?
Okay.
And it can't be like hates Persona or whatever.
Yeah, no, you're right. Well, see, I'm stumbling because I read the prompt when we shared our notes, and I thought it was going to be like, think of something for yourself. So that's where all of my time was invested. I would say for you to make it as concise as possible would be just don't.
That's a good one. Just don't is very good. I like Joe's warning, scientist. Sassy cannot control face. Carl doesn't have a sword, but I feel like Carl knows me well enough at this point can have an opinion. Caution has opinions, all capital, also correct.
Yeah, I have a sword. That's a good one. I was thinking for. Oh, you know what? No, you know what, Jen? What would mine be?
See, here's the thing is I wasn't prepared for this. I should have been. I knew the question was coming. Why did I not expect it to get turned around? I think...
I don't know.
I think... I know I said mine couldn't be hates Persona. Yours would be, we'll try to convince you to play Persona. No.
My forehead's not that big. Thank you very much.
I can write small.
That's what I want. I want people squinting right in my face.
Yeah, there you go. I would say my warning for you would probably be... Oh, gosh. This is a great question.
Well, you know what? Would you like to ruminate on it while you go get snackies?
Yeah, that's a good thing. Yeah, you can talk to chat for a bit. I will ruminate while I get snackies and more alkies.
Okay. Hey, chat. How's it going? I hope you're all doing well today. I have a fun thought experiment for you all. I recently heard I'm sorry. I started the story at the wrong place. I'm a huge fan of stand-up comedy, and so is Jamf. It's one of our favorite things to do. We try to catch big comedians, up-and-coming comedians when they come through our town. And, you know, when I'm in the car by myself, I'm listening to stand-up comedy. Just love it. I recently heard someone describe stand-up comedy and comedians specifically as the modern-day philosophers because they call out a lot of the things like the situational comedy that we see in our lives, but no one ever like vocalizes it. You know, like a lot of comedy now isn't, you know, punchline jokes, but more of, yeah, like I hate when the faucet doesn't read my hands. I have to do this hand wavy thing, and like everyone experiences that, but somehow a comedian delivering it makes it funny, and that's why they, you know, this person was saying that comedians are the modern day philosophers. That got me thinking, could you imagine reading like older philosophers, like going all the way back to ancient Greece, all the way up through like Voltaire and you know, French and Scottish philosophers, but reading their books like a comedian delivering a punchline? Like, do you think I can't remember the French philosopher now, was like, you know, I think, therefore I am, and then everyone at the symposium was just cracking up. You know, it's like, oh, that's a good one, Descartes. Or, you know, Nietzsche's God is dead. Ah ha ha. Lots of laughter in Germany, or however Germans laugh. But yeah, I think that would be a funny thought experiment. If you're ever like going back to old philosophers, to try to read it as if it were a comedian delivering a punchline, and it was just getting a lot of applause and laughter from everyone around. Pathos, Socrates invented the I don't get no respect routine. He did. He really did. He is Rodney Dangerfield just constantly reincarnated. Sassy, that's the joke. See, I listen to a lot of stand-up comedy, so I think I can do it too without really trying or practicing. Because I'm an American. That's the joke. Ooh. Sassy did the uppy sauce, and tonight's beverage is a ginger beer with Treaty Oaks Ghost Hill Bourbon. Ooh. Very nice. But yeah, Chad, how are you all doing today? I hope you've been having a good week and are looking forward to hopefully a long weekend. Hearing, getting some narration by George Carlin of Philosophers. Carl, you, a German? What? To be fair, I've never actually heard you laugh, Carl, because I don't think I've actually ever heard your voice or have met you in person. Pathos has had a weird day, had a crazy dream last night that was pure awesomeness. Okay, so it went that way, kind of crazy. So Pathos, important question. In the crazy dream that was pure awesomeness, was it a lucid dream where you were able to exert some sort of control over it, or were you just in the movie theater seat that was your dreamscape? Elizabeth, this was her first day back at work because being sick. Oh, I'm sorry. Justin's oldest daughter had a lovely bout of sickness, and within the first 3 weeks of school, she's already missed 1 full week. So, yay us! But she's doing much better now, and hopefully your will continue to improve. And I think Jen was back 20 seconds ago because the delay just showed on the video.
Good. So yeah, I would say you would have heard Carl's voice if you played Clock Tower with us.
Yeah, you know how I feel about I feel about wait, you Sona.
I don't feel like that's true, but I understand you don't like it. Oh shit, we didn't. I need to do a Clock Tower thing at some point.
I respect the fact that people enjoy that type of game.
Oh, see, I don't even respect people who like Persona. I'm just kidding. Anyways. So when I left the room, I asked Jeff if he knew what he would use as a warning for you. And he was like, no hesitation. No hesitation, was like too nice for his own good.
Oh,
which I thought
thanks?
was like a very nice, like backhanded passive aggressive warning.
Thanks,
yeah.
Jeff.
It was great. I feel like mine would end up being warning is really good at, and this is gonna be long. I didn't say it needed to be concise. It's like, warning is good at turning your joke around into something serious. Because there's been times I've made jokes and you're like, oh, but here's this, and then we end up in a completely different conversation where it's like really heartfelt and everything. Like the joke got too real.
Yes, I guess I do. I have a penchant for turning things serious, but I think I can do the opposite too. I can turn something serious and try to make it a little, inject a little levity into it.
Oh, certainly.
Because I'm too nice for my own good, Chad. I wish that was the only time in my life I've heard that. It's starting to become a consistent. It's starting to become a consistent thing, and I don't know how to feel about that.
No, don't put Akechi back in this group chat. He cannot be trusted. We will have this group chat, and we will have a separate group chat that has him in it.
Yeah, just like our D&D game.
Exactly. all the players have a secret group chat that I'm not in.
Yeah.
What do you call it? The party palace? Party plate? I don't remember.
The party palace?
Yeah, I don't remember. I remember seeing a screenshot of what it was called at one point. I thought it was like the party palace. So.
Well, Flash, speaking deep from the soul, because apparently I like a lot of stand-up comedy and ancient philosophers, so that just merges together into this like weird tornado of diction.
All right, and again, it's letting me run around.
Let's do it.
But I can't leave. It's fucking stupid. Anyways,
It's all a part of the interactive medium, man.
But it's not interactive! I won't let me interact with anything!
You can interact with Lauren Bailey.
That's the whole fucking thing. Anyways, I guess I'm gonna go to bed.
Hey.
God, yeah, sleep because I don't have another goddamn choice. I learned something incredible this week. While everything was collapsing around me, I learned something that gave me hope. It is legal to own a capybara in Texas.
Well, there you go. You know, I imagine yeah, I would imagine most things are legal to own in Texas.
I mean, there's also that. There's apparently, I think it's like 6 or 7 states where you can own a capybara. And it's like, not everybody should. I ended up down a rabbit hole of all the stuff of like, hey, like, it is technically legal, but here's things you should know, is they are bonded animals. So, like, you literally, like, they won't let you buy one. If you're going to own one, you have to own 2, because they need to be, like, a pack animal bonded pair with each other. And that they are, like, I know we've all seen, like, the videos of them, like, chilling in the water or whatever. They are technically truly semi-aquatic, so you need to have, like, good land space and good aquatic space for them. Owning one, it's just like a fucking wild thing, but you can do it, both. And the reason I found this out is because I originally saw it's legal to own one in Washington, and I went, everyone else is leaving Texas, we should also move to Seattle. Let's do that, we can own a capybara. And then I was like, oh, you can actually already have one in Texas. And I was like, oh, well, there we go.
Part of me is glad that you're not moving all the way out to Seattle, because I mean Texas is already pretty far as the plane flies, but Seattle is.
It's one of those things that, like, we know so many people going to Seattle, and we're kind of at the point where it's like a lot of the reasons we came to Austin are like no longer here. So it's not like we like want to leave, but we're like we don't necessarily like feel as bound here as we once did. And, like, we know a bunch of people who are moving to Seattle, but it's like, here's the thing, is, like, we left the north because we didn't want to see snow anymore. And so, like, that's got snow and rain and wildfires. I don't want to do that. And it's more expensive somehow than Austin. So not going to do that. But if I wanted to, I could have a capybara. So also, hi, Dop.
I mean, if you want to get away from the snow and the cold weather, I mean, I hear Nashville's just as expensive as Austin, so you'll feel like home.
Who knows, man? Who knows? Everything's a question at this point.
Well, good. It's good that we're all philosophers then, because if everything's a question, we all need to be philosophers.
There we go. But yeah, there you go. So yeah, there's like 7 states you can own a capybara in. One of them's Washington. One of them's Texas. I don't remember what the other ones are. I didn't care enough to look. You can figure it out yourself.
Yeah, Dop is laying down some hard truths that Nashville is great and would be greater with Jen. I don't know who Jen with 1 N is, but I'm sure it would be good with you too.
Oh yeah, apparently you need to talk to Dop about getting numbers exchanged.
Well, I'm glad Champh isn't in chat right now, right? Wink, wink.
How's Jamp doing? How's Jamp's toe?
It is fully healed.
That's good.
Yeah, but currently nothing plaguing her, which is good. Just the slowly being crushed by the school year already.
Mishima, I can't do these anymore. I can't do these anymore. Mementos is gone. Well, I guess they said it was kind of separated. Is Mementos actually back? Can I go back into Mementos? No, I don't want to. I don't want to. Are you telling me Mementos is back? Or do I just need to go find a guy?
Yeah, it's a little more personal now with Mementos gone. Just they go up to them, it's like, hey man, pull up a chair, sit down it backwards. Yeah. Have you had when you want to sit down and just have a think about what you're doing?
What is actually gonna happen here? I don't know how we do this. I actually don't know what this looks like now. I guess we'll fucking figure it out. Anyways, the reason I was asking about the toe is because we went to the speakeasy for date night on Monday night.
Yay!
And I was like, hey, I don't think it wasn't the last time we were here, but every time we go now, I think about a broken toe. It's the weird association I have now.
Yeah, but by broken toes and the fact that I almost had to carry her. I offered to carry her, and because she was wearing the most uncomfortable cowboy boots ever.
Yeah, cowboy boots are not exactly known for their support. Oh, it just brought me here. Okay. That's fine. So anyways, so we did date night there on Monday. And it was lovely. So, we're still working our way through the new Odyssey menu. And we love going on, like, a Monday and Tuesday night is the best time to go because there's, like, nobody there. I think there was us. The bar itself was full. So there were 8 people sitting at the bar. And, like, that was it. We were the only people in there.
Nice.
And so we've made a habit of, when we're going on Mondays or Tuesdays, which are, like, really off days, we'll sit at the bar and talk to the bartenders. So, like, we know them and they know us at this point. And so... there was a bartender, Randy, that we had not seen in a while just because of, like, how the schedules worked out. And so when we got there and the hostess at the front was like, do you want a booth or do you want to sit at the bar? And we're like, oh, it's like, we'd love to sit at the bar, you know. It's like, who's bartending tonight? She's like, oh, it's Randy. It's like, oh, we have to sit at the bar. We haven't talked to Randy in forever. So the last time we actually got to talk to Randy is he figured out we're board game people. He is a board game people. So we were, like, making game recommendations to each other. So when we saw him, we're like, oh my god, Randy, like, what's up? Where have you been? What's happening? Tell us all the cool things. Have you played any fun new board games lately? And so we're, like, doing this conversation back and forth. And he made a comment about how they recently played Wingspan and loved it. I was like, I love Wingspan. I love Wingspan. I haven't played it in forever, and it makes me sad. I was like, have you played Wormspan? It's like the dragon version of it. Because I bought it, but I haven't had a chance to play it yet, and it makes me sad. He's like, I didn't know that was a thing. That sounds great. And I was like, Randy, I fully understand if we are just clients and this is weird, and you can just be like, oh, that's so sweet, and you can blow us off, and I promise we will not make it weird. But if you actually want to play board games together, and you want to play Wormspan, we would love to have you and your partner over to play Wormspan. And he was like, oh my god, that sounds great. And he went to the back and grabbed his phone and handed it to me for me to put my number in. So now we're texting with our bartender so we can play board games together.
You know, Randy really sounds like he's too nice for his own good.
Truly. Randy's also very good at making drinks. But yeah, I was, like, so jazzed, and I was trying to make it as low pressure as possible. I was like, you owe us nothing. You do not have to do this or anything. But if you're looking for more board game people, that would be great. And he was like, oh my god, yes. And I'm so excited.
Awesome. So I would follow up to that, but really quickly, I would not go into the palace right away.
Okay.
What I would recommend doing is hanging out with at least each of your main party members first.
Should I do the thing because we already saw it with Morgana? I should hang out with everybody to evolve their personas and then go in.
Yes.
Okay.
That will just make everything infinitely easier.
Perfect. Okay. Well, it just made me go in.
Oh, okay.
So, like, I didn't have a choice at any of this.
Okay. Well, the good news is that they are going to force you out of this palace at a certain point. So why don't we just shoot for that point since you're already in, so you don't waste a day. It will force you out, and then you can hang out with everyone before you complete the second half of it.
Perfect. Yeah, it was like when it was like, oh, we should all meet at the hideout. It just, like, made me go there, and then it was like, we should go do this, and just made me go in. So we'll see what it's doing. Hi.
Yeah, no
Hello, everyone.
You. Oh, now it's V8. Okay.
Okay, I'll be quiet.
Why are you here? Did you know we were going to be here today?
We're going to fight Dr. Maruki, yes?
I mean, not today. We're going to do it in like a month.
Please, take me with you.
But you can't go in dressed
Yeah, it's kind of weird that she's just, like, in her outfit.
Please? I'm done running away.
Oh.
I can't keep relying on people, like Senpai.
I feel like that's uncomfortable that you go back to your Kasumi ponytail and it makes you transform. That feels bad.
I want to live life as Sumire.
Okay, but do you recognize, like, the weird contradiction that just happened?
Color me impressed.
Well, maybe she just doesn't want her hair to get in her face.
Yeah. Let's do this. But also not right now. I guess, maybe.
In that case, we gotta come up with a code name for you.
What now?
It wouldn't be right if you were the only one going by your real name, you know?
Oh, you're right.
Joker, got any suggestions?
That appetite just feels rude. Violet doesn't match anything. Leotard also feels weird. I'm gonna go with Violet, even though it doesn't make sense, but it is the least weird option.
Oh, that's right. Sumire in English is Violet. Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Now I learned something.
Yay, educational.
Yes, let's go with that.
Excellent. Now remember, everyone, Violet, not violent. Violet.
Yeah, no, I've seen her fight. It's definitely not violent.
Yes, thank you for clarifying.
I am surrounded by absolute fools.
Have you seen your outfit? Shut up.
Are we done? We should probably get moving.
I know. Jeez. Come on, Violet. Let's roll.
I always put him back in his white tuxedo jacket.
There we go. All right. So where does this do now? Well, I guess we're gonna go in because the game decided I was going to.
Yeah. Well, Sumiri is getting a tutorial in literally the final hours of the game right now.
All right.
But the thing I was going to say that's related to your board game story, Jen, are you familiar with a website called Board Game Arena?
No.
So this is something that my director at work found because we were trying to think of ways to do like a Christmas party, but since most of us are spread out all over the country and the company does not want us to fly everyone in just for a single Christmas party, to do something fun in like the month of December when a lot of people are out. And we found a website that our IT group graciously lets through our firewall that you can like create an account and then you can play board games through a web portal and like you can have friends and stuff like that.
Wait, is this Attack? Is this the site that you and Liz showed me? I might actually have seen this once before. Also, good night, Attack.
A night Attack.
I might have seen this actually now that you're describing it.
Yeah. So the thing that amazes me is that not only do they have a lot of like public domain games, chess, checkers, Battleship, Connect 4, but they have games like Settlers of Catan, Twilight Imperium, like that if you buy premium with $36 a month. So my director and I, we corporate expensed the account so that we can like set up tournaments and get access to literally every game on their website. So I'm saying all of that. So if you enjoy playing board games and you're ever interested in doing a long distance turn-based game through a website where like, oh, it's my turn to like make a move or it's my turn to do something, and then like whenever you get to it, you can do it, and then whenever I get to it, we can do it. I have the premium account, so we can literally play any game, and there's no limit to how many people can be in there as long as the person who starts the game has the premium account.
Okay, that is good to know. Yeah, and apparently the site that Attack had shown me was Tabletopia, I don't know. So, I don't know how that compares. But, that's fucking awesome. I am excited by this idea.
Yeah. So that goes for all of you too, chat. If you're ever interested, reach out because I love me a board game. And I find it very hard to actually sit down and play board games because children and life.
My security level's 38% very specifically, and that feels weird.
Maybe Maruki felt bad because he's too nice for his own good. And he's like, I'll lower it 2%.
Maybe it's that. I saw a speed limit sign today that was for 17, and this has the same energy as that.
Yeah. There is a speed sign in Nashville that's by... Okay, good. It's not VA. Yep. The Opry Mills Mall and the Opryland Hotel. The speed limit in there is 12 miles per hour, and it always makes me chuckle when I drive by because I always want to take a picture of it. It's like, haha, a speed limit sign that doesn't end in a 5 or a 0.
This is gonna be a problem. No, this is gonna be bad.
I swear, I've never had this problem before.
Yeah, no, but I like the idea of being able to play board games because I love me some board games. I'm sad, I own so many physical games that I want to be able to do more of them. Like, we have Wingspan and all of the expansions for it, and I've been wanting to try Wormspan. The Stardew Valley board game, the one time we played it, was fucking impossible, and I want to try to attack it again. I just need people to be here to do stuff. Everyone come visit me in Austin and we gonna play board games.
I'm gonna look up on Board Game Net right now and see if the Stardew board game is on there. It'd be wild if it is.
That would be wild. It was so fucking impossible. But anyways, I like Akechi being the voice of reason here, but also being a dick about it.
Security level crazy.
It's not that crazy. It's only 38%. So while we were doing our speakeasy night and exchanging numbers with Randy so we can play board games together, I, at one point in the evening, got up to go to the restroom. And the way this place used to be set up is there was... It was two, like, single-room, you know, bathroom kind of setup things. And there was a women's and there was a men's. And they have, at some point, made them both unisex. So you can just go into whatever one. And the one that had been the men's was open. So I went in there. Which means... I don't usually get to go into a restroom where there's a urinal. But because this used to be the men's, it was there. And so I do my thing and I leave and I'm like, Jeff, I have to ask you a question. He's like, okay. And I'm like, I don't often get to interact with a urinal. And he starts laughing. He's like, okay. And I was like, I still didn't like interact with it, but I made eye contact with it. And I just feel like it was like real low. And I need you to explain to me, is it real low? Or do I get just like, what is happening here? I'm like, this feels like it's like almost on the ground. What is happening? But the, I don't often get to interact with a urinal definitely like took him out for several seconds.
Yeah. Well, it took me out for several seconds too, because the list that you sent me, the order in which it was listed was what would be on the sign on my forehead, and then immediately followed by, in quotes, I don't have a lot of exposure to urinals. And I'm like, is that what Jen wrote on her forehead?
I mean, it's a reasonable warning, kind of weird and oddly specific, but good thing to know, I guess. Yes, Ashley, it was super wicked low.
super wicked low. Dop, you're going to be in Austin for a bachelor party. Hey, if you're flying out of Nashville, the best thing I can advise you is to not sit anywhere near other bachelor parties going, because you're going to get adopted by them, and it's going to get really awkward really fast.
I feel like, here we go. Hear me out. Dop. You should either coordinate with James, send me a message, I don't care, whatever. For this weekend, you're going to be here in October. Let us know what that weekend's going to be. And stay for an extra day or two. And James should also have a trip in October. And then we just have a board game day. I think this is a great plan.
I think we should be on the same flight too, holding hands. Like,
there
we're going to Austin to play board games with our friends.
That would be great. Weird and oddly specific is the tagline for this channel. You know what? Not wrong. I feel like not wrong.
Wait, you know what?
Oh,
Jen,
God damn it, Liz.
Jen, I have changed my mind on what your forehead warning would say. Weird and oddly specific.
Yeah, weird and oddly specific actually would be a very good warning label for me. Oh, man.
Yeah. The low urinals, that's a thing. You've probably never witnessed the urinal trough that is usually at stadiums and men's rooms.
I have heard of the urinal trough, which I feel like is probably just a trough, but
it is just a trough.
That is so fancy.
Okay, well, you're getting chauffeured around. Well, you know what? We'll just have to pick a different month and weekend, but we will make it happen.
It sounds fancy enough. You could probably be like, can I get my own transportation for a different day? He sounds capable.
Shall we take...
Okay, nope, not that much.
But related to board games, like some of the board games I've been slowly trying to introduce to the just a middle children. And, some of them they like, some of them they don't. But, we start with the classics with them. Chutes and Ladders, Candyland, maybe Junior Monopoly. Ooh, cutscene.
We're all panting very hard, and we're just, like, going up some stairs. Oh, you're so noodly.
Violet!
Oh, how did you get fully surrounded? Uh-oh.
Again, this never happens to me.
Not on my watch.
All right, this is going to be when we get forced out, probably.
I appreciate it, but allow me. I chose to stand on my own and fight.
It's time I stopped being helpless. I hung my head low and took your hand. But I knew all along, deep down, pretending to be Kasumi was not the right way. The weak, insecure Sumire.
Jesus, I think this is the first time they've fully thrown that.
You were the one. The only one who stayed true to yourself. Come, Cendrillon! If you don't answer my call now, how else can we make our dream come true?
Such tenacity. It seems to fit you better than ever before. The glass slippers are the icon of glory. Not just for you, but the other girl within you as well. I am thou, thou art I. Are you prepared for your debut? The ball awaits.
Certainly.
That's right, Pathos. They said the line.
That's it. I'm done running from myself.
Yeah, you tell him.
I was like, am I gonna just fight as her alone?
Yes, stop. This is a royal thing.
Yes.
What is the calendar day the base game ends on?
The base game ends. So like when you have the Christmas Eve meeting with Sai, and it's like, hey, you're gonna need to turn yourself in.
Yeah.
You turn yourself in, and then it fast forwards to March.
Got it. Okay.
Let's do this, Cendrillon.
Dope. Okay. I mean, I didn't want to have you out here, but that's fine.
Yeah, you'll make do. Well, anyway, so we've been working on getting the girls exposed to more board games, but I think Justin's oldest daughter is getting to the point where I want to introduce her to an actual Legend of Zelda game.
Okay.
And the thing I was waiting for is like her reading ability, and she's at the point where she can read text in video games, follow along, follow the directions, because we play Mario Party, and she's able to read the directions and follow like what they need for the mini game. So I'm like, okay, I think, second grade, I think, we could probably do this. So I'm wrestling with, do I want to go like the 3D route, like Wind Waker, which is very cartoony and pretty straightforward, or do I go for 2D like Link to the Past? That's maybe a little easier for second grader. But I
already firmly, like you started talking, I was like, I have an opinion immediately. I can't. Somebody remind me, because hey, the Ghost Hill is fully kicked in. The Link's Awakening remake that they recently-ish did, where it's like the cute little like 3D like top-down. It's like it's a 3D rendition of the 2D top-down that Link's Awakening was. Where it's like not clay. Fuck, what is it called?
But like that clay gloss.
Yeah. So that not Link Between Worlds. Link's Awakening remake. God damn it.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I've seen the
I need
trailers
to know what it's fucking called though. Was it literally just called Link's Awakening still? I thought they gave it a different name for whatever reason. So yeah, that I would recommend that one because it gives you the cool fun 3D look. It is ultimately still kind of like a 2D style. But because it is still kind of the Link's Awakening story, but is the way it introduces weapons is you don't like have to, like, you can go and like rent things and whatever, and like you don't like have to like necessarily like go and like earn the items like you had to before. It's definitely much more introduction and child friendly, I would say. Flying Brian, thank you for the resub. I appreciate it. Thank you. Shitty hand hearts for you. Yeah, I would recommend that one because I still think it follows the Zelda formula. Like, my complaints about Link's Awakening is that it's just so weird. But like, if you don't know what Zelda's supposed to be, you don't know that it's weird.
So do you think, and I don't mean for this to be facetious, legit question.
Yeah.
Do you think that having her first game in the series actually not have Zelda in it might be weird?
I don't, and I mean this respectfully, I don't know if she's going to have enough context to know that Zelda's supposed to be in it.
Okay.
And
So
maybe
who
she might. Okay.
She knows who Zelda is because of like other Nintendo games from like Mario Kart Racing and like other things like that.
Okay.
Zelda has made appearances, so she's aware of who Link and Zelda are.
Okay, but would she be like, this is a Zelda game, so Zelda should be in it? Like, do you think she will have that connection?
I don't know. I can ask her. I'll ask her tomorrow or tonight
yeah.
if she wakes up and hears my voice.
But yeah, my first recommendation would be the new Link's Awakening. My second recommendation after that would be Link to the Past, because it is still 2D, and has Zelda in it, and you interact with her a couple of times. So those would be my first two. After that, I would say probably next down the line for me, as far as recommendations go, would probably... I mean, there is the idea of waiting for the new one in a couple of months and just going straight to Echoes of Wisdom where you are Zelda, but I don't know if that would set a weird bar for like, I've played a Zelda game and I am Zelda. What do you mean Zelda's kind of in the other ones?
I was thinking that was an idea I had, but Jen, that's exactly what I was thinking. Like, this is going to be weird that like, she will actually have an opportunity for her first game to be one where she gets to play as Zelda, and then every other game in the series is like, wait a minute, what?
Yeah, so like Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons are like another good one. I don't remember the involvement of Zelda in those. Those get weird because I do genuinely feel like, I don't know if you know anything about Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons. I need to focus on, do I want this fucking thing or not? I don't think I do, because I don't think I want to replace anything.
Yeah, you're right, and you're probably not going to have him out as your first persona anyway.
Exactly, so I'm gonna get rid of that. I was like, so we're not on the screen anymore. This one is a thing. Colossal to one foe. Hold on. Severe to one foe, that's what we're getting rid of. Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons are very good. And they are some of the good old school, like, Game Boy style things. I don't know if you know anything about Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons, James.
I do.
Okay. So so like they did kind of like feed into each other. So like, and it's not like you needed to do both of them. I do feel like I feel like a lot of the plot of them relied on your knowledge, at least, of like the other one existing. And I don't know if that goes a little bit too far down a rabbit hole. I do remember one of them I got like stuck for a while. There was just something that was like slightly less intuitive, and I was like preteen at that point. So like I don't know if that might be too much for 7. So those are good. I don't know if I would put them on the list. I would say Link's Awakening, I feel like, is one of the more child-friendly options. I would say original like Link to the Past is another very good option. I have this funny thought now as I'm thinking through Link's Awakening. And hey, if you haven't played Link's Awakening and you want to, I'm about to spoil the game. So run away, everyone. I love the idea that at the age of 7, if she plays through the game, and obviously I want to like play with her or like watch her play.
I'll be fine now.
And I'll let Sumeri.
No, I was like, you finish. Sumeri can fucking wait.
Okay. So like her playing through that, like watching that, like, and she gets to the the true ending, and I'm gonna be just like crying. I'm like, oh, it was all a dream. And then she's like, oh, hey, she turned into a bird. I'm like, yeah, she did.
Yeah,
she did. It's fun. It's great. It's like, Dad, why are you crying? I'm like, no, it's such a great game. Yeah, I do think in the original Link's Awakening there were some tough puzzles. I don't know if I feel like those were made easier in the remake, but maybe I'm incorrect.
Yeah.
The general consensus I'm getting is probably stick to 2D, even if
Yes.
like Wind Waker is probably the more accessible 3D versions of
Yes, I would say
Legend of Zelda.
if you want to go 3D, I would say Wind Waker's a more accessible version. Partially, like, I feel like Wind Waker has more, because of all the sailing, like, that requires a little bit more, like interaction with the world, but not necessarily in an interesting way. But I feel like the scariest parts of Wind Waker are still cartoony. And the scariest parts of Ocarina, you throw a child into the forest temple, fuck that noise.
Oh,
And,
I was thinking
yeah.
like a Shadow Temple and Under the Well.
I was like, you hit Forest Temple first, but then also, like, then after that, bottom of the well, Shadow Temple, like, I would not do that. I would say if you want to do a 3D version, Wind Waker is probably your best bet. But I would start with 2D first. But I also don't know, like, how her coordination is with, like, needing to do, do multiple directions of thinking about things, so...
she has I have let her have the controller when I'm playing like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, and she has run over moblins in a death machine I've built. So, but I mean, there wasn't a lot of skill to that because it was like a self-contained death machine, and she just pointed the stick forward and just started laughing maniacally. So
Fair. I was like, oh, I haven't been pushing buttons, and I was like, oh, that's right, it's voice action. That's why.
Night, Sassy.
Good night, Sassy. I love you.
Don't worry, Dop. We won't get you started because we've exhausted that well of content for talking on stream for quite a while now.
We have a Jeff back.
Right. Well, Jen, thank you for the feedback.
You're building the D&D Lego set without me?
Uh-oh.
Oh my god. Everybody. And you stole one of my chips. So anyways,
Hi,
hey,
Jeff.
this is the Beholder. That's fucking incredible. We have a nice little displacer beast.
That is a really good Beholder,
right?
Now that I'm seeing it 10 seconds ago.
The owl bear is so cute. Very nice. Thank you for sharing.
You're
welcome. They were great. What about the water heater? Pathos, were you not here? We found out he did fix it. We even had 2 dogs on the stream for it.
Now,
great.
Sassy, let's not get crazy with statements in chat,
We're
okay?
so close. We're so close to the end. We're so close. All right, we're going to listen to them talk for a bit.
Thank you. I still have a lot to learn, though. I promise I'll do my best not to slow you down.
Come on, you don't have to be so formal with us.
Sorry. And the same goes for you too, Joker-senpai. I hope you'll still be there for me.
I think... Oh.
I am thou. Thou art I. My vow stands renewed in pursuit of the truth.
Oh, this one's different.
In breaking free of doubt, the chain that impedes thee is thy strength of heart made manifest.
Dop, you're old.
With the rebirth of the faith persona, thou hast obtained the winds of blessing that shall guide thee to the furthest depths.
Oh shit!
La foi!
The card changed. Oh! No. What?
All right.
I've unlocked it once more. Oh god, I gotta fucking chug through this now?
All right.
Yeah, you do.
No! That's rude!
Well, you know what? You only have 5. You only have 5 ranks with Kasumi. You gotta get to know Samiri now.
That's true. That's very true. Fucking hell.
I don't remember what... I remember. Well, thank you, Jen and chat, for your feedback. I will...
I can feel it.
I'll put a few options in front of Justin's oldest daughter, maybe like watching some videos of it and seeing which she has an interest in, and I will report back when we make a decision.
I also feel like Wind Waker has more involved things to keep track of. Like, because you have to sail everywhere, You have to actually, like, keep track of where the game is telling you need to go. And I feel like the other games are a little bit more streamlined.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I fully imagine that whatever game she's going to play, just because like she doesn't often play a game without like me being present, that I imagine like us being on the couch is like a hey, this is a game I used to play, and I'm there as Navi, like, hey, try going Little West.
There you go.
Hey, put a bomb here. No, you'll think it's really cool. Just put a bomb right here. Look, the floor opened.
Oh, I hate that we're being observed and recorded. I hate this.
Hey, listen.
Oh, Flash, fuck you. Okay, well, we gotta go murder that guy, I guess. Goodness gracious. Yeah, I'll be curious to see like what route you guys have been going. I feel like you've got some solid options. But yeah, you know her logic, ability, and like retention and stuff better than we do. So
yeah, it'd be interesting because I think I'm probably leaning toward 2D just because, like, working in a three-dimensional space, like, that dexterity, that's a tricky dexterity, because, like, when we were her age, 3D was not a thing. We only had the 2D plane, we didn't have to worry about it, and then, like, when Ocarina of Time rolled out, you know, we were a little bit more advanced in our hand-eye coordination, and it intuitively made sense, but we were older then, so...
For sure. Okay. What is it? I feel like I need to, like, actually be reading what's even happening. He was talking very loud. Yeah, let's ambush him for the ID. I almost said ambush him. Like, why did I put the emphasis there? The fucking Ghost Hill, man.
Yeah, ambush him. That's actually a small little hamlet in Belgium, just outside of Bruges. It's on the Dutch border.
Should I go back down to the safe room? I don't really... I'll be fine. Oh, punch the statue, though. Do that.
Yeah.
Other fun thing I learned in the last
Please,
couple of
go
days. Not just about capybaras. The phrase balls to the wall is an aviation thing.
Interesting.
I think we all thought we knew what that meant.
Yes, we did.
We were all incorrect. Apparently, in, like, at least old Cessnas, the levers that controlled things like speed and whatever had these, like, big, like, balls on them that were, like racquetball sized. Like that kind of thing. And there were one was white and one was red. And so if you were just going fucking nuts, you would push that lever all the way so the balls were to the wall.
That's awesome.
So there you go.
Yeah, Pathos knew that because, you know, he remembers when, you know, the first plane took off out of Kitty Hawk, and he was there for the whole thing.
Oh, I don't like just this, like, audience of people being here.
And they're all frozen, too.
Yeah, all of this is bad.
Yeah. So you would absolutely hate this for multiple reasons then. In the Persona 3 remake, there's a dance club. And what they did was that, now imagine like all of these people who were frozen in the audience, it's the same thing in the dance club. Everyone is frozen mid-dance except for like 2 or 3 NPCs that you can interact with, and they're like fully animated dancing. So you have like 40 people frozen in place, and then 3 of them just going to town.
No,
like, this is so uncomfortable, and I love this game.
I don't want that. I don't want that at all. I know I said we weren't gonna have to wait until 9 for D&D time. We just had other stuff to talk about, but we can talk about D&D at any point now because it is also after 9. Do you have any non-D&D things you want to talk to or talk about? Not talk to them. Don't talk to your sticky note. I guess you could if you wanted to. I'm not gonna judge.
Jeez. You know what? No, why don't we just get straight into D&D? The other non-D&D things will be just as funny next week.
Okay. Oh, there's a guy there. Okay, he's blue, so that means I can just fucking barrel into him, right?
Green is barrel through.
Green is barrel through. Okay.
I can see it.
How funny would it have been if you had just said yes? Just let me do it. That would have been very funny.
Well, Jen, I'm too nice for my own
That's
good.
true! Anyways, fucking Wizards of the Coast goddamn did it again. These fuckers cannot resist the fumbles. It's kind of impressive.
Yeah. I think the more important question is, how many people below upper management do you think told them, nah, I really don't think this is gonna go over well, and there's like, nah, we'll be
like
fine.
a lot. I think, well, here's the thing is, I don't think it was very many, because if you remember, they fired most of their design team before Christmas last year when it was in the final testing phases. I feel like they actually fired all of the people who would have told them that. Probably intentionally.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know if there were anybody, I don't know if there were people left to tell them this is stupid and bad. My favorite part of them walking it back was that in their walking it back, their announcement was, oh, we want to make some clarifications about the changelog that we posted the other day. It's like, you're not clarifying, you're changing it. You were so specific about if you want to keep your old stuff, you will need to homebrew it. You said that.
Yeah, we're gonna cast gaslighting on you and say, no, we're just clarifying.
Oh my god, what a fucking enchantment fucking ass school spell that would be, to gaslight.
Isn't that just what charm is?
Yeah, that or modify memory.
Yeah, I feel like that's what charm would actually look like in practice. That this person is perceiving everything that's wrong with this situation, and they're like, no, this is right. This is right. Yeah,
God,
fine.
Yeah, so that was a fucking nightmare and a half. Oh, I need to like pay attention for a second. I just need you to be in my whatchamacallit.
So your Raj Naga is your lightning persona. I guess Thor is as well.
Yeah, I started there because it was the lowest one, and I was like, no, you look familiar, so I did you on purpose. You are new that I just gathered in the thing. So yeah. Like, I'm glad they quote-unquote went back on it. It is interesting that they've gone back on it in a way that, like, what they've suggested that they're gonna do instead, like, does clearly need some infrastructure. So either they were planning on this from the beginning, or the people who have walked it back do not know how long it takes to program shit. And I don't know which one of those it is.
Well, don't worry. I'm sure designers who can...
Aw, you got robots. We didn't hear your great joke. I'm gonna kill you too.
Discord, I have a new laptop that this should not be a problem.
I think we are firmly, like, we have fully confirmed it is your internet.
Yeah, it
we've changed your mic, we've changed your laptop, like, that's it.
Yeah, I even pay for faster internet, Jen, and that's what makes me very upset.
That's so weird.
I know,
this is weird.
Yeah, it's all weird. You know what? It's a bit, and my internet provider's like, "Hey, we love this low Zelda stream. We need to keep this guy robot-y as long as possible because it's the bit." But no, what I was saying is, yeah, like they don't know how long it's going to take to program it, but don't worry, they have a whole team of developers and designers who can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, this is a depressed guy. Fighting is pointless? Yes, okay, I got the music notes, we're good. Okay, great. Get to add the Yiga to my compendium.
Yay. This is one of those athletic Yiga, not like the boss.
Yeah. And
all those bananas, man. All those bananas.
So many bananas. No cramps here, so much potassium.
All the potassium.
Okay.
Yeah, so they are, like, I'm glad that they're leaving in the options, allegedly, but I also think it's going to be more work than somebody anticipates. Or they literally had it planned from the beginning and thought it would be, like, they're, like, hardcore subscribing to the idea of, like, any publicity is good publicity. That's the only other thing I can see this being.
Yeah. How quickly do you think they changed their mind when they saw how many subscriptions got canceled?
Yeah,
that day?
I fucking canceled mine and left a note being very specific about why.
Yeah, as did I.
Yeah. So, yeah, the automatic changing was going to be a fucking wild choice. Okay, where do I want to go? I want to just go down. I just want you to jump down. Oh, God! We're fine.
Yep. All those lovely people at Roll20 just saw an uptick in the premium subscriptions.
Oh, yeah.
Like, perfect, great.
Roll20 actually responded to my tweet, so...
Well, look, good.
It was fucking wild.
They appreciate you, Jen.
Exactly.
Come play with them.
I'm gonna try. I've not found it to be very user-friendly from either the player or the DM side, but, like, I'm no longer, like... Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me, right? Like, fuck you. I canceled my subscription with D&D Beyond once before when they did their first round of bullshit, but I was like, okay, they listened to the community and they learned. No, they didn't. So fuck you, you're not getting any of the money anymore. So, yeah. What a fucking way to fumble the bag so hard with, and to, like, I was so mad about them saying, oh, we need to clarify some things. That was so awful.
Maybe they didn't fire their marketing department, too.
Yeah, right? Oh, yes, let's go, Gwen. That was great.
Jen's actually been running a challenge this whole game since she acquired Gwen. Like, can I just solo the game as Gwen? And the answer is probably yes.
All right, well, you're a big fancy boy, but also you're guarding a chest, and I feel like I want it. Anyways, I don't know if you have anything to talk about with it being more general, but that I have been looking at some of the new rules, and I have thoughts.
That's a strong
I have deliberately avoided reading the new rules because I knew I was mostly just going to get upset, and I have found that if I just shelter myself from deliberate bad news, I'm in a much better mental place than others who wade into it. But, you know, no shame on you for wading in, because now I can react in real time when I hear these horrible things about the new spells.
So, like, and it's like, I've been reading things, I read the ones that were specific to classes I like to play, and then I've been reading things that are some, like, the general rule changes, not because I have necessarily sought out wanting to learn these things, but what will happen is a TikTok video will pop up talking about one of the rules, and I go, what? That can't be right. You have to have misread it. So I'll go look up that thing, and so I will by default see the things around it. So I've picked up a number of things from Osmosis, and there are some changes that I do genuinely think are, I don't want to say good. Here's what I will say: is I understand why a lot of the rule changes have been made. Well, that didn't do fuck all. I think it said he's weak to electric. So where's my... You got that. We'll do that. They have streamlined it so it is definitely less daunting to... I thought it said... Maybe it said resistance. I thought it said weakness. I should look at the shit again.
Strong and impervious to nuclear attacks?
You just suck ass across the board. Hey, how about gun? Okay. I need to pay attention to this fight. I need to pay... I super need to pay attention now. You don't have a thing. Okay.
That thing is level 86. You're level 77.
That's whatever. Okay, so... This is all soda pop.
What's the holdup?
The holdup is we're all about to die. Is this enough?
Here.
I'm the only one who has to live. Just do that again.
This one.
Just do that. Okay. I think it'll get back around to Gwen. Alright, so it wasn't you. So let's fucking try this. I guess. Okay. Yeah, everyone's health is really low. I know. Thank you so much. I'm about to get fucked right now. I think it's his turn. Great.
danger.
We're good. We're so good.
Thru doesn't have much health left. Someone heal him.
He's fine.
You're doing fine.
Try this. I'm upset. We need to leave, don't we? I don't think we can win this.
Yeah, you may want to run away.
Fuck, I really want that chest. Alright. Well, that wasn't great. I should find a save room and do some healies.
Yeah, that's also a very good idea.
Hey, give me this.
Oh.
Yeah, let's do this real quick. We came all the way over here. Yeah, so there's a lot of rules that I haven't seen. But I know
It's a lovely sword for... I'm sorry, it's a sword for Sumiri.
Oh, cool. Oh, there we go. Hey, thank you for... I do appreciate this game, as unlike Persona 4, unlike Persona 4, prompts me with stuff like that to just fucking do it. Oh, the guy's gone. I can chill. This is great. You should heal everyone. It's bad out there.
So before you go into like some of the changes that have been made, I think just to like level set for myself and chat like where we're coming from, when you look at the rules of D&D, what is the primary thing you're looking for? Are you looking for something that's like well-tuned and balanced regardless of the class that you play, that like if you play as a ranger versus a cleric versus a wizard, that you will find something like utility that is equal, like contributes equally? Or are you looking for like things that are more in the spirit of the class, even if it's unbalanced? Like clerics who have divine connection should be more powerful than a simple fighter. Like, I guess, like, where is your philosophy on game rules coming from? And then from there we can, I guess, discuss why we dislike or like some changes that are being made.
So what I will say is that I fully recognize some of my opinions are completely biased. I will say that. And I will say that maybe I wouldn't necessarily see there were problems with some things if I didn't already have the experience in the rule set as it exists. Because what's happened is I was given a rule set, and I have come up with, like, here's how I play. Because these rules informed the way I would need to look at these classes and these abilities and things like that. And I have figured out how they all work together, and how they work together in a way that works with how my brain works. And so now there are changes being made, and it's not that change for the sake of change. Like, it's not that the change itself is bad, but it's like the changes have made it so that way some of those kind of like logical flows no longer apply, and there's not a good replacement for that flow. It is go back to the beginning and redecide this. So what I will say is what I will say is I think the way they have redone things will make it easier for like people who have never played before. I do think those people coming in will have an easier time getting started than people who came in during 5e. I think that's absolutely true.
Okay. Let's go.
But because I have a play style that I have landed on at this point, and not to say that that play style necessarily is limited to just 5e, but it is kind of the way I've figured out my brain works for these dice-based role-playing games. There are things that I'm not necessarily like looking for. There are things that I'm looking for that I don't know if I could put words to them. But it's like I know I'm not gonna do support things. So I'm looking for things that will give me those good damage numbers. And I'm gonna be looking at how those things are balanced against what I understand of like how the things I would be trying to do the damage against would behave. So like a good example, I think a really good example that is general, that is not class-based, about one of the things that they have changed, is they have changed how exhaustion works. Okay. And currently, in the 2014 version of rules, exhaustion has been a thing where you, like, accrue levels, and each level... Oh, God, you sounded so unhinged. Is it the rooftop thing again? Yeah, it's you losing your mind. Okay, great. So you accrue up to 6 levels. Like everybody was like, the first level is you have disadvantage on your skill checks, and the second level is, I think your speed is halved, and third is you have disadvantage on all your stuff. I don't remember what it is, but it's like you get these levels, and they have increasingly bad things that happen to how you do your rolls and whatever. And like level 6 is like you die, like that's that.
With this power.
The new version is, rather than having to keep track of like level 1 has this effect and level 2 has this effect, is your levels of exhaustion can go up to 10 levels of exhaustion, and every one you accrue is just a negative modifier. If you have 1 level of exhaustion, you have a -1 anytime you roll a d20. And if you have 2 levels of exhaustion, you have a -2. All the way up to 9, because if you hit 10, you die. So like...
So they switched to the metric system is what they've done.
Yeah, kinda. So they've done that, and it's on the what, and like, yes, that is so much easier to track, and it's so much easier to explain to anybody. So like, I don't think it's a bad way to use exhaustion, especially because I think DMs are more likely to also utilize it in their games if they're not having to keep track of what that impact is, and it's just like, oh, it says your negative modifier or whatever, and I think players are more likely to voluntarily take the exhaustion for those kinds of penalties versus like, oh, as soon as I get to 2 levels of exhaustion, I'm like fucked. And having DMs have to keep track of it and whatever. I do think it makes it less impactful because you can get up to 10 levels of it, and it's like, cool, if you're like, oh, I already have like a +12 to all of my shit, sure, I'll take a -4 penalty to not sleep for 4 days straight. You know.
Yeah, but that sounds like a higher level character thing. Like if you're a level 3, like 2 levels of exhaustion would be very bad.
Yeah. Oh, see, Dop is correcting me, so they might have changed it from the last version I read. That it's not 1-to-1, it's 2 times your exhaustion level. So 1 level of exhaustion is -2, and 4 levels is -8. That would be an impactful change. And now I'm more on board with it.
Oh, that makes sense too, because if it goes up to level 10 and you multiply it by 2, that's like the max level you could be, level 20.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
So I like that more. So like that, like not all the changes are bad. They make it easier for a DM to run it, and they make it easier for players to know what they're signing up for. Yeah, if that's true, that would be a good change to the original version I saw of it. I'm gonna also...
Yeah. So that's something that I think they borrowed from Pathfinder, or Pathfinder 2nd Edition, because in that, all of your conditions have numbers. So, like, you can be dizzy 1, you can be exhausted 2. That's whatever...
God, you're roboting a whole bunch. I hate this.
I'm sorry. It's because I'm talking about Pathfinder, and you associate Pathfinder with Persona.
That's right! That was gonna be my segue tonight, is I figured out earlier this week the reason I disliked reading Pathfinder shit and disliked Persona. I was like, Pathfinder is Persona the TTRPG. I came to this realization, I shared it with James, and your response was pretty much like, oh... Yeah. Oh yeah, August 16th. Yeah, that would be the latest version.
How about that? But yeah, so the like in Pathfinder 2nd Edition, you have your conditions like dizzy, exhausted. So if you're dizzy 2, dizzy makes it harder for you to do anything dexterity related. So attack rolls with dexterity, damage with dexterity, dexterity checks. And if it's a 2, you subtract 2 from anything that is dex-based. Dizzy 1 is subtract 1 from anything that's dex-based. So it's very similar to that, where whatever the number is, that's the modifier to whatever appropriate attribute is affected. Good night, Liz.
Good night. So yeah, I think the only complaint I had about the new exhaustion just went away if it's that double. So that's great. So there are some things like that I'm like, I think that is a good way to streamline that rule and still have it have an impact and be easy for both players and DMs to just know it. That's fine. Likewise, one of the other changes is very Pathfinder. I have been told this is how Pathfinder or older editions of D&D, maybe both, I don't know. Preparing spells, in the 2014 rule set is like how many spells you can prepare is just like a flat number of you can prepare this many, and it's kind of based off of both your level and your spellcasting modifier. It's those two things working in conjunction. And I know in older versions of things, it was like, you have 3 first level slots, you can prepare 3 first level spells. And that is what they are employing in the 2024 stuff. So it's like, you have 1 6th level slot, you get to prepare 1 6th level spell. And I recognize that makes it more streamlined. I recognize that. That is easier for a new player and a new GM and all that to recognize, know, use, and enforce. I do know that. But at very Nick Fury of me, I recognize that is the decision of the council, but considering the decision is stupid, I'm choosing to ignore it. Because the way I prepare spells is I take into account that there are some things I know I will never upcast, and there are some things I know I will always upcast. So, like, I don't think amongst any player or any character I have played that has gotten to this high of a level, I don't think I've ever once prepared a level 8 spell. I've never prepared a level 8 spell because I don't like any of the level 8 spells. But I'm like, this fucker, I will upcast to level 8, and so I prepare with that in mind. And on this new rule set, I can't do that.
So, in previous editions of D&D, this, like, let's remove Pathfinder entirely from this. So, like, in 3.5 and 3.0, you could prepare a lower level spell in a higher level slot. You could prepare a first level spell in an 8th level spot. Are you saying that the rules are specifically saying that only an 8th level spell can go in an 8th level slot?
That is the way it reads.
I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't have a problem with preparing your spells in these specific slots, because in 5th edition is the only rule set in either Pathfinder or in D&D where you can prepare numerous spells and then you can use them how you want within the spell slot. So if you've prepared Shield, you can cast it's not tied to a specific slot. You can cast it first level, second level, third level, however you want to burn it. Whereas in 3rd edition, 3.5, in 2nd edition, that spell is tied to a specific slot. You have allotted your 2nd level spot, one of your 2nd level spells, to this specific spell at this specific level.
Yeah.
So 5th edition is very new in that regard, that you kind of have a little bit more freedom. I don't mind going back to the old way because I like preparing like that, because that's how my brain works. But if I can't upcast without like a feat or some, like, maybe there's like a feat or some skill that lets you upcast, but I would be very upset if I could not natively upcast spells.
Yeah. So Dop, okay, when you say you die at level 6, so that would have to be something else they changed too, because originally it went up to 10 levels. So maybe what I saw was, oh, it's 10 levels and it just does -1s, and then they went, people like me were like, that's fucking stupid, and so maybe they made it to the doubles and it's still die at 6 like it is on the current version. I know the current version, 2014 rules are die at 6. So yeah, but if they did make it double now, that would make sense why they cut that down from 10 to 6. Yeah, it was the way it was written was you can only prepare like per, like, you have 3 first level slots, you can prepare 3 first level spells. Not to say you couldn't upcast them later, but I'm like, that's part of my calculus is thinking about what I'm willing to upcast, and like I don't like the idea that they're removing that option from you.
Yeah.
So
I hope that's like fixed in a, like, it's either fixed in a feat or like wizards natively get that ability to upcast because they're a practice spellcaster who study it and can, you know, because they're super smart, they're able to figure out a way to enhance and empower their magic, whereas sorcerers would need like meta magic feats to do that.
Yeah, and I could see like and here's the thing is, like, narratively I would understand, like, that makes sense, but like mechanically that sucks. Yeah. So I feel like they would be making some classes certainly less appealing than others. So yeah, Dop is confirming that it is a thing that changed, because yeah, a few months ago showed the old 1 to 10 levels. So there we go. Yeah, and there are some things that, like, like, there's always going to be, like, some classes are always going to look slightly better than others, or some classes are always going to look slightly worse than others. But some of that should depend on your playstyle and not be, oh, the way this is built, this will never be the optimal choice, regardless of your playstyle. Rip to Rangers in the 2014 stuff. But yeah, so just, like, as some examples. So, like, the things I am most upset about in the new rule changes. The things I'm upset about. And then we're going to talk about some of the absurd things that I'm going to make D'Angelo's problem. I'm gonna make them his problem so hard, and we'll talk about that in a second. The things I'm most upset about are, 1, how you prepare spells. 2, spiritual weapon is now concentration.
Yeah, I've heard that, and I'm sad they have not changed it back yet.
Yeah, that sucks. Counterspell, I recognize 2014 version of Counterspell might be a little bit too much. I think they swung the pendulum too far in the other direction for the 2024 rules, and Counterspell sucks ass now. So Counterspell no longer has an automatic success thing. So it's like, oh, I cast it at 3rd level against a 3rd level spell, automatically cancel it. That doesn't exist anymore. So there's literally no reason to gamble on an upcast. Which I feel like is part of the drama of using a counterspell, is deciding, like, what level am I going to dump into this? And, like, do I want to gamble? Do I want to just try to get it first shot? What are we doing? So there's no automatic success anymore. It is also no longer dependent on the counterspell caster, whether it is successful. It is dependent on a saving throw from the target.
Interesting.
So if I want to counterspell you, James, you are now making, I think it's a Constitution saving throw. It has nothing to do with my ability to cast spells.
So what I'm hearing is, if you're throwing it at a particular NPC, they could legendary resist it.
Exactly. Which is, like, one of my main complaints about it. Now, I do know that there have been changes to the monster stat blocks where, like, some of the things are, like, less about monsters having spell slots and more about them having, like, quote, magical abilities, so they would, like, you couldn't counterspell it anyways. That's a whole other fucking rant for a different silo. But it's like, yeah, they could, like, if somebody is using actual spell slots, they could legendary resist it. And it's like, cool. Well, what's the fucking point? So there's no auto success, and it's about their ability, which I can see narratively an argument both ways. Like, on the one hand, I can see the argument for, like, my ability as a spellcaster should determine what, like, be a deciding factor in how successful my counterspell is. If I'm a good spellcaster, I should be able to beat your thing. I can also see the argument for being like, if I'm a good spellcaster, you should be less likely to overpower me. I can see a narrative argument both directions. Yeah.
What I will say is, like, the 3.5, like, we're going to go back. Pathos is going to be so happy. I'm going to talk about 3.5 a lot. I liked how they did counterspell in 3.5, because there were 2 ways that you could counterspell as a caster. You could cast counterspell, and then it was a spellcaster check against the opponent's DC. So if you were a high enough spellcaster, whatever your spellcaster modifier was, plus the D20, overcomes the caster's DC, you counterspelled it. The other cool thing you could do is that if you're a caster of any magic, and you have the spell prepared that is being cast, so, like, enemy's about to cast Fireball and I have Fireball prepared, I could burn my Fireball to counter an opponent's Fireball.
Ooh, that's neat.
So,
that's that's not neat.
Yeah. So so the thing to keep in mind is that you had a prepared slot with a prepared spell in it. So, like, like, if you had Fireball prepared twice, you're burning one of your Fireball opportunities to not get hit by a Fireball.
Yeah.
But it's like, again, I think that adds an interesting level of decision making. Like, do I burn my counterspell that I have prepared, or do I burn my offensive spell to make my offensive spell now a defensive spell for the party?
Yeah.
And it was always interesting to see those conversations happen.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's like, I think, for me, part of the fun of Counterspell is the drama of trying to figure out where to gamble, where to try to take your guarantees, trying to guess what they're doing, blah, blah, blah. And they've removed all of that. The other interesting thing is if you successfully counterspell someone, they don't lose their spell slot.
Oh, that's... Oh.
Yeah, so like if I counterspell you casting a fireball and I win, like you fail the saving throw, you still keep that 3rd level slot or whatever you were casting fireball at. So it's like all you've done is kick the can down the road till next turn. Or if they're a legendary creature, not even the full next turn. So
well, what's even worse than that, you didn't just kick the can down the road, you burnt a spell slot to kick the can down the road.
Exactly. And so I'm like, it's like I can see the argument for making it a save on their part versus a contest on your part. I can see that argument. I was like, but the fact that they've done that, there is no automatic success, and they keep their spell slot. I'm like, that's too much. Like counterspell has been rendered like almost worthless. The counterspell is a Hail Mary at this point, where you're like, we just need the barbarian to get their turn, so I will attempt to counter this just to get them to their spot, and we'll be able to end the fight then. It's not a thing you do in the middle because of legendary resistances, because they still keep their spell slot, because it's not about your spellcasting ability anymore. I'm like, maybe even make it a contest the way like a grapple check is. Maybe make it a contest. Make it on both of you. Make it them having to resist you actively doing a thing. Maybe, but the fact that they keep their spell slot, I was also like, this sucks.
Yeah, basically what you've done is, you've removed the utility of counterspell, and if you were playing a Souls-like game, they would call this, you're basically trading at this point. You're like agreeing, okay, I'm going to take the hit from your spell, and I'm going to hit you back with another offensive spell, because that's more efficient at this point than kicking the can down the road and depleting my spell ability.
Yeah. Ashley, I'm very proud of you for how much you wrote. So yeah, and I can see the argument. There were people who were making the argument that were like, oh, like a random wizard should not be able to counterspell a lich so easily. The lich should be like, no, I'm a powerful as shit. And it's like, so I understand that argument, but yeah, I feel like they just swung way too far the other direction, trying to make counterspell not quite as overpowered as it was.
Yeah. So you may or may not like this idea then, but this is something that is taken a little bit of time to get used to in 2nd edition of Pathfinder, is that what a nat 20 and a nat 1, what that does, it does not mean automatic success. What it means is you get an additional level of success. And what I mean by that is that Pathfinder has a rule that even if you exceed the target by 10, so like if you're trying to hit someone with an AC of 15 and you roll a collective 25, even though it's not a nat 20, if it's 10 or more, it's considered a critical success, so you do the crit damage with it.
Okay.
The inverse is true. If you fail by 10 or more, it's considered a crit failure. So the idea of counterspell in Pathfinder is that, in theory, you could, like, as a level 1 wizard, you roll a nat counterspell 20, but EC is so ridiculously high that even with the 20 plus your spellcaster modifier, it could still fail because of that. But you would still get like the extra level of success. So you wouldn't get the critical failure against it, whatever that effect is, but you would still get the failure on it. So Pathfinder has built in a way that, yeah, like a level 1 going against a level 20, you still won't succeed on a nat 20 because the AC is so ridiculously high, to kind of balance that out in that case, which is great for like high level players where like, oh, you're all level 15 and like a bunch of level 3 goblins come through, you're just gonna stomp through them even if you roll nat 1s. Mm-hmm. So that's an interesting mechanical take that's taken some time to get used to, both for my players and for me. But I see the spirit of the argument in that mechanic.
Yeah. So yeah, so there's a couple of interesting things. They have there are things that have been like very common homebrew rules that they've added, like potions for yourself are now a bonus action. That is a formal actual rule now. Initiative is interesting. The formal rule at this point is if there are ties on initiative, the DM decides the order. If it's the ties between 2 players, the players can choose between themselves, but as soon as an NPC is involved, the DM decides. So, like, you could be like, oh, it's like my monster and your character tied, my monster's going first. And I just decide that, and that's just what it is. There's no consideration of dexterity or anything like that, which I also learned.
Rollsies?
Yeah, no rollies or anything like that. I also learned apparently the idea that like dexterity decides it was also never actually a rule in 5e. That's not in the book. That's not in the book anywhere.
Is that the free parking money of D&D?
I think it is. That wasn't actually there was no guidance apparently in the original 2014 rules of what to do for a tie, and everyone just kind of like was like, oh well, it should be based on dexterity.
Do you think Matt Mercer put that into the collective consciousness because that's his rule, and everyone's like, yeah, I guess that's what you do in a tie. It's just dex based.
Entirely possible.
Thanks, Matt Mercer.
Yeah. Here's the other thing. We're gonna talk about the fun fuck up in the rules that I have found here in a second. I want to talk about something that, because James, this is gonna be a very sad conversation for a second. Are we in agreement that we do not think Breach will happen again?
You know how you said that I'm able to turn something funny into something very serious? This is me turning something serious back into something funny.
Yeah.
We can do it ourselves, Jen, with the power of our imagination.
But my point being, we're not going to play an actual session again, right?
I would say I'm 95% confident.
Okay. There's a thing I've been sitting on that I was going to do.
Is it a chair?
No, it is not a chair. There was this thing I was sitting on because there was a stream that you missed where Banana asked me an insane question. And at first I was like, why would you ask me this question? And then he explained the question and I went, oh my God, you're a genius. James, Banana did the impossible. Banana made Magic Missile appealing.
Because he's Banana and he made it appealing.
Here's what happened. I didn't even mean to do that. So what he asked I don't remember exactly what the question, how it was phrased was, but he pointed out that the way 5th edition rules were written is that Magic Missile is a single damage roll. You roll 1d4, and that applies to all of the missiles, because the way the damage rules are written is in the 2014 rule set, if something is doing damage to multiple targets simultaneously, you roll damage a single time. With the intent being that's supposed to be like, if you're rolling something that has a saving throw, you roll damage once, and that damage applies to everybody and not to each individual creature. But the Magic Missile spell specifies that the darts all hit at the same time. So it also falls within that rule. And Banana pointed out that Gwen is an evocation wizard. And after level 10, I get to add my intelligence modifier to a single damage roll. So, if Gwen, specifically an evocation wizard, cast Magic Missile, the base damage for each dart is 7. Because it's a d4 plus 1, and then turns around and adds my plus 5 fucking intelligence. So instantly, if you start upcasting it, I could guarantee minimum 46 damage or whatever, but I also had another ability that just let me go, like, I could either spend a meta magic point and re-roll that die, or I could just go, nah, I'm doing max damage. And I would do, at like a 4th level Magic Missile, guaranteed 70 damage.
Yeah.
That is likely not going to be able to be mitigated because it's force damage. So most things don't have resistance to force damage, blah, 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 blah. But it's specifically because it's an evocation thing. You get to add that extra plus 5. It's not just the d4 plus 1, it's a d4 plus 6. Yeah. So it starts getting insane. So I was like, I took Magic Missile after I learned this secretly, so that way we could be in a fight and I could just drop a guaranteed 70 damage on something that could not be reduced because of the way that was written. And I was like, James is gonna lose his fucking mind. It's the only time Magic Missile will ever be good is specifically evocation wizards.
And you know what would have been super funny about that, Jen? Let's say in a world where Gwen was casting at Vasile because Vasile did something, obviously, and I could see this this fire in your eye that you're so excited that you get to stab Vasile with a magic missile and like all of the pain in that. The one thing about magic missile that makes it very, very unique, besides what you just pointed
that shield totally blocks it.
Yeah, that shield would totally block it, and Vasile has shield.
Oh yeah, no, I have other plans for Vasile. Trust me. No, I'm very well aware.
I'm never gonna find out what those plans are.
No, you're not. But yeah, so that was something I had in my back pocket. I bring all of that up for the reason of they changed the damage rules in the new version. And it no longer is that anytime anytime something causes damage simultaneously, you only do the roll once. They have written it specifically to get rid of that loophole.
That little loophole.
So, like in the new version, Magic Missile gets a roll for each dart. So.
Well, that's a shame.
Yeah. God damn it.
Queen, your attack's been lowered.
Okay. Carl, you're gonna have to update the sacred meme with a tiny asterisk and a lot of print of explaining what Jen just said.
Yeah.
Holy, you just punched him to death from above.
I did. So yeah, I still stand by Magic Missile is a basic ass spell for basic ass bitches. But as soon as Banana pointed out, like, you could guarantee a full fuck ton of damage, I was like, this will be very funny. But never again.
What I think we need to do is, whenever I come down next for board game weekend, we also need to have Breach powwow and just we all just kind of go around and say, what do we think was going to happen and where do we want our characters to be?
Yeah.
We resolve it.
I think there could be that. I also would love to talk about what all of our secret shit was that we've been holding on to. I would love to talk about why Gwen and Hammond know each other. That's been killing me forever. I can hear the grappling hook sound. Where am I going? What is it? What do you want from me? Where do I go? It's here. Where is it? James, where the fuck is it? Do I jump across? No, I don't. Where do I fucking go?
I don't know.
Oh, good.
I didn't think there was... Oh, you know what? I think I saw it.
Fuck you, Ryuji! He's like, your grappling hook should work!
I think it was on the other side of that tall platform. Oh, there it is, right there.
Oh, I can jump across there. Fuck that noise. All right. Where is it? There it is. God fucking damn it.
Yeah. So we have...
The way that ran at me was not okay. That was not okay. Oh, Gwen is very low on soda pop.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, so we'll find out all of the burning questions of how Gwen knows Hammond, the other deeply held secrets that Vasile's not human. I'm sorry to surprise everyone with this closely guarded secret.
I should have healed when it was Gwen's turn. I'm in a bad spot. Oh, everybody's doing stuff.
You saved recently, right?
Recently, but yes, recently enough. I don't know. Oh, this is chaos. This is bad. This is yeah. Kill them, please. Do that.
We'll find out the story of Nico's captain's hat, where it came from.
Holy shit, biscuits! Hey, get everybody healed back up, and then we gotta get you some. Coca-Cola. Real soon.
Get you some ginger beer.
Yeah. Okay. It's fine. What are you weak to? You're blessed. You don't have blessed because you're a fucking weirdo.
You have a technical.
Yeah.
Oh, you have a lot of technical.
I can technical on a severe, so yeah. Severe Almighty. That's Almighty was where I meant to put that emphasis. Anyways, no, Magic Missile still sucks, but that was the one time I would have thought about doing it. This feels incorrect, but okay. Anyway, so yeah, a lot of interesting rule changes. I don't like the preparations. They ruined the only thing that could have been good about Magic Missile.
Yeah. When are they expected to like officially release the new rulebook?
The last thing I saw is so the subscribers on D&D Beyond get access to stuff early, and if you're at the top tier, you get it 2 weeks early, and if you're the next tier, you get it 1 week early, is what they have publicly said. And the top tier gets it on September 3rd, and the second tier gets it on September 10th, so I would assume the full release is the 17th, based on that. So there's that.
So, what would that... Do you think the fine folk over at Critical Role are going to continue on with base 5th edition?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Partially because I think they've pre-recorded a number of things. And number two, it's like, I don't know anybody who's switching in the middle of their games. So the reason I'm talking about the 2024 rules is D'Angelo, we haven't started that stream game yet. And so we were already talking about, like, even if we did Such and Zero before it launched, we're like, we'll be in 2024 rules after we start. What do we want to do? And he's like, I kind of want to try the new rules. So I've been trying to get familiar with some of those new rules because that's what the stream game will be. Which is exciting for me because I have not only learned about the rules that make me upset, like I'm going to be playing a cleric, and so I'm mad about spiritual weapon. They have increased, like, healing does more. Like, they've essentially added a die almost across the board to all healing spells. I say almost. Yeah.
Well, that's worthless to you.
Exactly, right? Like, if you're playing a cleric as a healer, it's fucking great, but, like, not for me. So...
Fire won't work.
The,
Attacks won't work.
I guess I'll do this.
You know what we need? Carl, we need that meme. I think it's from Westworld where someone's about to be hanged or hung, and there's like, hey, first time. It's the person about to be hanged. It's like, oh, don't worry, Jen has healing magic. And then there's me. It's like, first time, huh?
Yeah. Oh, God damn it. I'm already fucked. Why would you do that to me? Oh, I'm good now. Never mind. Hey, one of you fuckers is weak to wind, so where's my wind guy? So here's one of the interesting one of the interesting oversights in the rule set is they have, again, I think in an effort to try to streamline things, have made it so that way things like Wild Shape does it, but the example I'm going to lean heavily onto because it is the one I am going to exploit the most, Polymorph, anything that would normally, like, essentially give you, like, a second separate hit point pool. Instead of doing that, now gives you that HP as temporary HP. So one, you can't heal your wild-shaped druid. Like, you can't heal them in their wild-shaped form to get them to stay in their wild shape longer. Because it now counts as temp HP, and you can't heal temp HP. If you heal them, you will heal their base HP. Okay?
Okay.
So, Polymorph, wild shape, this is temp HP now.
Could you stack a different source of temp HP
no,
that's
because,
higher than...
well, you can't stack it, because even now you can't stack temp HP. You can replace the temp HP.
Right. So, like, in theory, like, if I had a spell that can give 20 temp HP, you had 3 temp HP left, we would replace the 3 with 20.
That is the way you can replace it. That is the way you can replenish it, is doing that. Here's the thing, is Pathos does not realize that he has actually said exactly what I'm going to. You say no more T-Rex exploit. That's not entirely true, because it gives you temp HP. So, go on a journey with me, okay? Let's go on this trek together. We are in combat. I am a caster that has polymorph. And we've got a barbarian in our group. And I would love to give our barbarian more HP, but, like, I'm a wizard, I can't heal the barbarian. What I can do is polymorph him into a T-Rex and give him a whole bunch of temp HP. And then I can immediately drop concentration if I want to. So that way he still has all of his barbarian shit, can still do his multiple attacks, can still do his rages, can still do all of that, but now has 150 whatever temp HP.
You blew my mind. Like, I was trying to think of something funny and witty to say, and I was just doing the math. I'm like, that's brilliant.
Yeah! So, because one of the other things they changed was the rule of, one of the things they changed was the rules in temp HP, is they still left in place the idea that, like, you cannot stack sources of it. One replaces the other. But they removed the caveat that if temp HP is granted by a spell, that it only lasts for the duration. They removed that. Because that used to be a rule. So if I had done polymorph and then dropped the polymorph, even if they had gotten that 150 or whatever temp HP from being a T-Rex, as soon as I dropped the polymorph, that HP would all go away. They removed that from the rules, so that doesn't happen anymore.
That's crazy.
Yeah! I just got followed by somebody called Ostini Linguini, and I just love the Linguini. That's so
Linguini.
good.
Benvenuto.
Don't use curse moves.
So you know what I love about that, Jen? I feel like that can keep to your ethos of not actively healing.
Yeah.
But this is how Jen heals as a cleric, is by granting
temp HP
by turning you into a T-Rex and then immediately dropping the concentration on it.
And like T-Rex isn't necessarily like the best example, because like a barbarian might still be able to do more damage as a T-Rex than as a thing, but it was the easiest one to point at. But it's like you just do something that has a high HP. And like druids, if they're like, I would rather be able to keep casting my spells, but fuck, I need the health. It's like, cool, wild shape real quick. Drop that shit, you now have your wild shape HP. Let's fucking go. Yeah, I'm not healing, I'm enhancing. Yeah, this is accurate. So yeah, anyways, as soon as I learned that rule, I went into the group chat for the D'Angelo game, and I just went, I want you all to know that I'm going to be a menace, and I am not sorry for it. And D'Angelo, like, the rest of them are all laughing, and D'Angelo knows me enough to be like, he's like posting like the sweating gifs. He's like, that's not good. That's not good for me. Whatever it is you're talking about, not gonna be good.
Yeah. Well, that explains why D'Angelo private messaged me and saying like, hey, if she pulls stuff in my game, you need to start pulling stuff in her game. I'm like, hey, I barely know you, but okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be a hoot. So yeah, I'm sure there's a number of oversights like that. And I'm very excited to find all of them. But yeah, as soon as it was like, oh, all of these things don't give you a separate HP pool, they're temp HP. Also, temp HP doesn't go away in the spell drops. And I was like, interesting. I'm so excited to ruin you with this.
Yay.
And I feel like that's a thing that if they hadn't fired all their game designers, that they probably would have found that.
Yeah.
So, let's fucking go, I guess.
All of their play testers, there was just like a silent understanding, like, we're not going to mention this at all. Everyone just shut up. Everyone wants to exploit this.
I can feel it.
Hey, that's a treasure chest.
Yeah, it is a treasure chest.
It's fun time.
I would like, okay, well, I would like to get to it, please. Okay, well, do I get up around stuff? Okay, how do I get to that? It's
I
also
think you need to,
almost 10.
Yeah. I think you need to go down to go up again.
There's a joke there, and I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna figure it out.
Okay.
Did I? This is, yeah, I got up here, so yeah, this is where I'm going now. Anyways, yeah, some of the rule changes are very interesting and clearly not well thought out.
A shadow.
And I can understand the ideas behind some of them, but I just don't like them. Like how spells are being prepared. But yeah, it's like I like the change to exhaustion, especially now that it is a double thing. Because I didn't feel like it was impactful enough before. I should leave this fight.
It's your buddy. It's your buddy.
He popped up and I went, I remember this. Yeah, so it's shit. We're good. Never mind. Fuck you. God, I would love a safe room. Do I want to go all the way back?
There's one nearby.
Okay, good. Then I will not go all the way back.
I spotted strong one. What are you gonna do?
Okay, no, this is the way I just came from. We're fine.
The big guy just respawned.
Yeah. Oh, I probably want to jump across these things. Does that feel right? I don't see any other things over there. God, you're so squishy sounding when you walk. Hit. Okay. And down? Is this... No, this is just where I just came from. Fuck! Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna hang out here for a second while I think. Yeah. Yeah, the way they handled the rule update was very bad. A lot of the specific class rule changes are very bad. I've already ranted about some of them over the playtest material. I will be forever salty about Spiritual Weapon and Counterspell. There's no coming back for that. I should get Gwen some soda pop while I have a moment. And then, how's everybody?
Is there... Because I enjoy playing clerics as well. Is there anything outside of the broken polymorph exploit that you like that has changed for clerics?
Not that I've seen so far. I feel like... So for a lot of the classes, they change, like, when you get certain things. Like, I know Warlocks, a lot of the abilities unlock in earlier levels than they do currently. I want to say Cleric's Divine Intervention changed in a way that makes it slightly more attainable. Oh, it's because it's no longer... Divine Intervention is no longer like a make a ridiculous request of your god. It is now like a, hey, you can expend your Channel Divinity to, like, try to do... Or, like, you expend your Divine Intervention to essentially get one spell for free. Of, like, I think, like, 5th level or lower. So,
That's
like,
fair.
so in theory, you can get, like, a free, and it's literally free. Like, it doesn't use your spell slot, and it doesn't need the material components. So, like, you could get a free Revivify, I believe is what I remember there being. So I think there's that. I don't remember seeing any other change where I was like, oh, interesting. Like, other than the buffs to healing spells. So if you play, like, a healer cleric, you're like, fuck yeah, let's go.
Jen, I don't know how to tell you this, but a healer cleric is just called a cleric.
No. That's a pansy-ass bitch cleric. That's what that is. Okay, so I need to go that direction.
Oh.
I don't actually... Here's the thing, is I fully recognize, like, healer clerics, like, there's a reason that is the trope of, like, clerics are the healers. Like, yes. I feel like you are pigeonholing a cleric by expecting them to only be a healer, or to just be the healer, or to be the healer of the group. I feel like that's very limiting, and so I like breaking conventions.
I mean, Vasile throws some healing spells around. Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, like, here, the way I mean it is this. Is, like, a group needs a healer. The fact that it is often default the cleric, I think, is a disservice to the cleric. And I think that becomes one of the times where, like, people are like, oh, metagaming is bad. Metagaming is bad if you're, like, using knowledge of, like, stuff that's in, like, the DMG and whatever to your advantage. You're like, the player, I know that this monster has this weakness or this strength or whatever. That's bad metagaming. There is good metagaming that is you all as players talking to each other and being, like, you know, coming to agreements or understandings, or, like, making clear your expectations of, like, these are the things that are fun for me to do and the things that I want to do and whatever with my character. And I think players having a conversation of, like, hey, I want to play a cleric, but I don't want to be a Healy cleric. I want to do big damage pew-pews. And as long as everybody understands that going into things, I think you're good.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, or I'm going to play the support character, so yeah, I'll probably be doing healings and buffs and whatever, so that way nobody's expecting it, and then realizing that nobody's actually doing any healing, like, that could potentially be a problem. God, I want to save somewhere.
You're getting close.
Okay. So I feel like, and I think having a party that has more than one, oh god, like, healing ability in it also helps spread that. So that way, yeah, you can do the, you can do the damage. You don't have to necessarily worry about keeping everybody up and whatever. And it's like, and I made it very clear when we were talking about classes that we're gonna play in the D'Angelo game. I was like, guys, I want to play a cleric. You do need to know I do not usually play a support character. I will have a healing spell, but do not be like, oh, we have a healer. That's not the I am your backup.
Yeah. So I've enjoyed every cleric I've played. Yeah, your safe room is that way.
Okay.
And Vasile, obviously very fun, plays more like a paladin than a cleric, but does have some cleric abilities, like healing, because of the order cleric function, where if you cast a spell on someone, they can use their reaction to immediately attack, which is very useful. My other cleric, Fruman, he was the most cleric who's ever cleric. He is that quintessential, like, I'm going to build like a super healing cleric. And what that campaign turned into was like a game within a game, because every combat situation was just a chess game between me and our DM, because whatever the DM could throw, my cleric Fruman could mitigate next turn. So it became like this weird little game just between the DM and I, and like all the other players are just going ham of like, oh, I get to do all of my stuff because I'm not being impeded in any way whatsoever, because Fruman keeps healing or like removing effects or anything else. And it's just like Fruman created a blank canvas for everyone to paint on, and the DM was not powerless to stop it, but it was very much a chess match between me and our DM of just, anything you throw, I could just heal. It's not a problem.
Incredible.
It's like, oh, you dropped a fireball for 78 damage? Okay, let's just see here. Mass Cure Wounds empowered because of the cleric subclass I'm playing. Oh, and I just healed everyone for 69. Fun number. I was like, all right.
Just add this.
Carry on, everyone.
Love it. All right, we have saved.
And it's exactly 10 o'clock almost.
Perfect. Okay, well, I think we got through a lot of stuff, and yet I got to talk about my new edition, but not a new edition. It's weird. They're so shooting themselves in the foot, because they want all the benefits of a new edition, but none of the drawbacks of a new edition. And so what they're doing is they're getting the negatives of both of those things rather than any of the positives. It's like, just commit to it being a new edition. Anyways, whatever. Not my fucking problem. I will just keep yelling about it.